Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome into a very special Friday edition of the JP Peterson Show. And right away, many of you are saying, what are you doing in Creamsicle?
Creamsicle, baby.
What are you doing? What are you doing? There's a reason for that. We're going to be on Good Morning Football overtime show this morning with the number one team, the crew, with Jamie and Manti and Kyle and Peter and Akbar. We do that at 10:30. I got to jump off here at 10:20. I want to do that, and then I'm going to jump back in with you guys. But we talked about it, and we, this is that's it's your favorite show. Good morning to you, by the way, Tim Ham from our Dallas affiliate, DSP Media. Good morning to you. How you doing, buddy? On this Football Friday.
Good morning. Good morning. Freezing my butt off, and a special treat for all of the JP Peterson Show viewers and listeners while you are gone doing your Buck stuff with all of my heroes on TV on Good Morning Football. By the way, Manti Te'o's got very questionable attire for today. Ask him.
He does.
That. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. But we've got a special treat for everybody because we're going to play substitute teacher, and we're just going to have some fun while
substitute while I'm away. You guys are going to wreck the place.
We are.
I don't know about that.
Fun. Yeah.
I don't know about that. Okay. All right. You guys have fun with that. You guys have fun with that. And then I'll rejoin you at 11 o'clock, and we got Scott Hamilton coming on, talk some college football with the big games coming up this weekend. Jeff Thidoff will join us at 11:15, talk a little fantasy football and gambling. And Evan Klosky is going to join us here in just a little bit to talk about the Rays and a bunch of other stuff as well. So I got to send him an invite right there. What else we got coming up here, my friend?
Lightning beat the Blues. We'll talk a little bit about that.
Yep.
And just everything. One of these days, I want to get into Cam Newton and his choice of attire on First Take. What is he doing?
Is it? I mean, every day it's some other outlandish thing.
If there's somebody I can't stand more than Cam Newton, I don't know who it is. I every time I see him, I want to put my fist through a wall or through him.
That bad, huh? That bad?
I don't know why. I'm sure he's a good dude, but just everything ever since he was at Auburn, man, everything that he does or says just boils my blood, and I don't know why. He probably doesn't deserve it. It's just one of those things that rubs you the wrong way, I don't know.
Yeah, I the last time I saw him, he was playing hurt for the Carolina Panthers. We were doing an MOR TV game up there, so I was working sidelines, and just really. And then after the game, I'm in the Panthers locker room, and you see him walk by, and he's like in a dress with like a grandma netting on his hair, like dressed up like a grandma. And I'm and the player, his teammates are just watching him walk through the. It's just like what. I mean, I'm all for expressing yourself and being different and all. It's just like you're the quarterback of the football team, bro. What are we doing?
I feel like Caleb Williams is not far behind him with what's going on with him with his pink phone case and his pink nails and pink lipstick the other day. But okay,
it's just
bananas. You do you, boo.
Yeah. So as I'm trying to get this out to Evan. So last night, it's kind of a weird game. The Lightning win 3-1 over St. Louis. It was just kind of a weird game, though. It's just as Brian Engblom, my partner on the post-game show, said after the game, it's kind of like they were doing this neutral zone trap, that Jersey used to run.
Yeah.
And it just kind of mucked up the game. Lightning have been flying, and they've just been playing so well together and great chemistry. So they just sat back in the neutral zone and kind of waited to counterattack, wait till they come at them, get the puck, and which is not a bad strategy. It's not a bad strategy, but it just kind of mucks up the game, right? Mm-hmm. And so what did Lightning do? Well, they used their superior skill to win the game. I mean, Anthony Cirelli's goal in the first, great pass from Kucherov, I believe it was. Kucherov had 2 assists last night, but was setting up plays all night. They got outshot 32-18, but the shots I think they had made 3 of their first 12 shots. and they lead the league in shot percentage. So it's just that skill. And Anthony Sorelli sets up in front. I think Geeky was part of that as well. And he just stops, takes it, little move, and then flips a backhand into the back of the net. Just a beautiful, gorgeous goal all the way around. Yeah, it was Hagel, Sorelli, and Geeky that got that. So great job there. They get off to that, and they get a goal from Gage Gonsalves, his first NHL goal, was this absolute bullet, glove side, top shelf that Bennington was like, what just happened? It went in so fast that he didn't even know it went in. He was like, I blacked out. After I shot it. I didn't even know it went in. Then McDonough was like, it went in. He's like, oh, cool. That's first awesome. NHL goal.
I was waiting for you to say his name before I mentioned him, by the way.
Gonsalves, yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and who else had the other goal last night? There's only three.
Sorelli and Perbix.
Perbix, yeah, on a great feed from Kucherov and Point. Perbix coming down and attacking the net as a defenseman. So they got that secondary scoring last night. But it was just kind of a weird game. And then Vasi has 31 saves. And you like that because you just win a lot of different ways. And you can do it that way. So they get a big win. That's now 4 in a row, 6 of 7. Now they got the Panthers coming up on Sunday at home, 5:00 special time. And then they go back to back to play Florida down there. So, and they're 4 points, I believe, behind Florida right now with 3 games in hand. So this becomes a real big home and home stretch for the division. It's basically an 8-point swing for these 2 games in 48 hours or less than 48 hours. So, just really, really 2 big games, but that's what you want when you're playing hot. And they just came off a 4-game road trip. They got to play St. Louis today or tonight. And then they got us. So they're really compacting their schedule. And the Lightning will get a little bit of a break before Sunday. So it's a good setup for them right now. They're playing well. The only bad news is they lost JJ Moser, 8 to 10 weeks, lower body, something. But the good news is he'll be back well before the playoffs and be ready to go. Is it time to trade Jake Gensel? I mean, he sucks, right? Because his 7-game goal streak ended, so he didn't score. So yeah, it's terrible. And they were trying to get him on the empty netter too. Like the last 3 minutes, they're like, feed him. We got to keep this going, And he had one shot blocked, and I think he missed the net on another one. So that's all right. So that ended. But Kuch's point streak continues at 9. All right, Evan Klosky is going to join us just by audio today, Timmy. I did not tell you that, so just pop him in audio only here today for Evan Klosky. And we'll get to see his handsome face. He's a TV guy. We love having him on. What's up, partner? How are you?
I'm good. Everybody's so upset not to see my face. I'll have to get you back next time.
Okay, that's all right.
Did you get a bad haircut or something? What's going on?
No, I'm on the move. So. Gotcha. Yeah, but
we don't want to see pictures of his dirty house. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for jumping in. I really appreciate it, especially when you're on the move. So real quick, we'll hit the Rays Stadium thing, which, by the way, you and Aaron have done such a tremendous job on in the local media. Aaron Parsegian there at Tampa Bay 10. Guys have done a great job. I'm sorry that there is no more media availability by the Rays. I saw that in the story today. I was like, what? They get a little bit of bad press and they're like, that's it. We're not even talking to the Times anymore. We're done. But it seems to me, Evan, as we move the story forward, that the tide has kind of turned against Stu. And just because of all the negative stuff that's come out in these meetings that it's been previously been kept behind the scenes, is now kind of open out so everybody can see all their dirty laundry, right?
Yeah, I think that, I think a lot of the fans wanted the county to do its part, right? Like, I think if the county didn't pass the bonds, there would have been the what if, and whether, and we have debated, but whether you want to blame the county or the Rays or whatever, there always would have been the county as a scapegoat for why this didn't happen, right? Whether the logic, the illogic, it doesn't matter. There would have been, hey, you didn't pass the bonds, and that is possibly a reason why we don't have the Rays, why we don't have a stadium, so on and so forth. So now that the bonds actually passed, and we were living in this world for 49 days of mystery, But now that it's finite, and now that you have the bonds that passed after 49 days, you have all these people, all these fervent supporters of the Rays in St. Pete saying, huh, this only took 49 days. It only
Mhm.
delayed 49 days. And you're telling me that you can't handle a 49-day delay? That
Mm.
doesn't make much sense.
No, it really
And
doesn't.
so, and so now that you have things locked in versus living in this mysterious world of, oh, are they going to pass? Are they not going to pass? How can they move forward? Now that things are locked in, now you have the Rays really backed into a corner, which I think we've talked about at some point is calling the bluff, and I think that the Pinellas County felt like they knew what to do when Rob Manfred made a visit
Right.
and provided some clarity that the Tampa Bay Rays were not providing them. So
Right.
having that information, and Latvala, Eggers both flipped their votes, and they're both saying some things, but they also aren't saying everything. So they
Right.
definitely know information that allowed them to feel confident in flipping, which means something's cooking
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
two no's on this deal don't just flip all willy-nilly. And if you're the most fervent Rays supporter, the only way you can look at the flip is if Manfred came down, saying, "Hey, look, if you don't do this vote, we actually are leaving." That would be the
Yeah.
only way that you can say, "Oh, maybe that's how they got pushed into a corner." But there's also a multitude of other things Manfred could have said, which is, "Hey, you do your part. Let me handle Stu." Hey, a sale could be coming down the chute. Hey,
Yep.
we got another buyer elsewhere. This deal's never going to go through. There's a bunch of things that Manfred could have at least assured them that, hey, just pass the damn thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, just
Yeah.
you're going to want to do this.
And Latvia said on this show, and it's said a couple times, that he really felt that the Rays were going to leave, that he would do something different, right? And
Hmm.
he knows that they're not going anywhere. I think that's one of the kind of the misnomers. Everybody thought, oh, the commissioner met with city and the county and paved the way for this deal in St. Pete to go through. And that's not what happened. What he said was they're not leaving the Bay Area.
Hmm.
Okay. It's like, so if you guys just know this, however you vote, you're not going to be blamed for the Rays leaving this area because they're not. We're going to make sure they stay here, whether it's in, and I think that means, and when you heard the mayor say in the local community instead of St. Pete, well, then I
Hmm.
think you know where this is going. And I think that what the city and the county have realized is the Rays don't have the money. They're not going to do this deal. And as you said, and we've said for a long time, something's cooking elsewhere in Tampa Bay. And I do believe that's going to happen. So now the Rays have cut off all media communication. The deadline is March 31st. And as and the delay itself was not actually a delay. The deadline was March for everybody to get their stuff done and for construction to go forward. That was the deadline. Everything else was being done ahead of time. And why? So if you had a delay, you could still get it done by March. So they had a delay. They had a couple of hurricanes. And I know everybody wants to say, well, they delayed because they wanted to know where the Rays were going to play. That was not the only reason. They had to figure out how they were going to do the bonds, when they were going to do the bonds, if they were going to pay it straight out or do the bonds, and if they were going to need money for renourishment of the beaches. A lot of this stuff came into play, and they knew that they had time contractually. So that's why they took the time. So I don't even buy that this delay is, from the county and this caused all that. That's BS too. That's another false narrative. But the bottom line is they did what they did. So in your opinion, do you think the Rays are going to do this deal? They're going to come up with the money?
No, I don't. The only way that they would be able to pull off this deal is if they got an influx of money. That would be the only way. And I think the Rays are boxed in.
Yeah.
And look, the Rays. Here's the thing, right? Like the delay. It's a point of contention, right? You ask a group of people, they say it's not a delay. You ask the Rays, they say it's a delay. Whatever. With the Rays, exact. But with the with everything that's going down now, the Rays argue that what Brian Scott said, who is and has always been in support of voting yes at the county level.
Right.
He said before the delay that they didn't have the money. They were trying their hardest to keep the deal together as
That's
is.
right.
The
And that's
Rays,
true. The Rays called him a liar. They're
and
the
the
liars.
Rays combat that and whatever. They're going to say that. But I don't see why Brian Scott would make that up,
Exactly.
considering he is a pro vote. He
Right.
is for
Right.
the stadium. Why would he try to bury you as someone for the stadium? But that just goes, again, in the whole scheme of this process. What I think the Rays fail to manage are people. And
Yes.
I think that when you have 15 plus years of dancing in and out of the area, and when you try to tell a story to the public, you're not going to be given the benefit of the doubt because you haven't earned the
The trust.
equity, the emotional and trust, and all that equity
It's a
in
great
the
point.
fan base for you to rally the troops. And you had a little bit when the bonds were not being passed, and you were able to play that story. Now you do not. And I've talked to a lot of people, and I've talked to the most fervent supporters. My gauge on this is that at this point, the city and the county have done their job. You got $600 million in public financing. If that is not good for you, go away. And we will not blink. And at least people here can sleep easy at night knowing that their public officials did everything they could do to keep the Rays. And it just came down to the fact that Stu wanted to take the team elsewhere, right?
Yep.
But giving them another nickel ain't going to happen. And there are some ways that you can actually give them a little bit more money by, coming to a compromise on the use agreement. And you can say, hey, look, instead of building a new trop, give us some money and we can call it even. There are ways to give the Rays a little bit more money, but still it's a spit in the bucket of what they need. And I think we all generally believe they just do not have the upfront money to take care of business and get this done. And Major League Baseball owners are not, and the commissioner by that extent, are not going to be happy with an owner
That's
holding
right.
an expansion project, costing them oodles and oodles and oodles of money in profits because one of their guys can't handle the fact that they got $600 million in public financing.
And
That's
it's a
not
lot
going to
more
play
than
well
that.
with a bunch of billionaires.
Right. And it's a lot more than that. That's just the upfront
Yeah, that's just the upfront.
bonds.
Yeah, yes.
It's another 141 million in infrastructure that developers usually
There's
pay.
interest rates, all
Yeah,
that
and
stuff.
the interest on it doubles that number in public costs. So it's so much more.
I'm just
But
saying the sticker price.
exactly. And the bottom line, he was never going to do the deal anyway, in my opinion. And I think it's all being proved out. So we'll see where it goes. Hey, let's talk a little Bucs on the field here. That game against the Chargers kind of shocked me, to be quite honest. I did not expect them to play.
You weren't
that
ready
well.
for that, were you?
I was not
Look,
ready.
I built that pathway when we talked about them beating the Chargers, but I didn't see that either.
No. And now I'm looking at this team going, what the hell can't they do? And then look what the Chargers did last night. It's not like they beat a bum team. They beat the hell out of a team that went out and scored 34 last night.
And they from behind too, yeah.
They couldn't do squat against the Bucs defense. I'm like, is this defense like really good now? I'm like, yeah. And guess what? They got the fourth best scoring offense and maybe better than that in the league. Like, what can't they do at this point?
Well, the one thing that could potentially bury them in making a playoff Super Bowl type run is they do not protect the football well. That is the one thing. I don't have many critiques for Liam Cohen. I think I only got one critique for Liam Cohen, and I don't think he emphasizes protecting the football as much as maybe Dave Canales did last year. I mean, Dave Canales, I felt like weekly at the podium was like, we got to protect the football. Number one, protect the football. Like it was just like his tagline. And you saw it in that Chargers game. I mean, the second time when Rachaad White fumbled, I bet everybody at home was like, oh, here's the game. This is it.
Yep.
The second quarter woes. And that's sort of been the MO of this team. Hey, opening game script, boom, touchdown. Second quarter comes, just completely, penalties, turnovers, whatever, just completely look like crap. And then all of a sudden they pick themselves up and they figure it out moving forward.
Yep.
So if there's one thing that can stop them, it truly is themselves. At this point with the offense, the offensive line, the scheme, really only they can stop themselves because they can bully a lot of teams, and they have scored 64 points in the second half post bye total. They are actually getting stronger as the game's going on, which is the mark of a Super Bowl caliber team, to be honest. And
Mm-hmm.
if you want to
Yep.
rumble with the Ravens, the Eagles, the Lions of the world, you got to run the football,
Yeah.
and
And
they
they're
are
doing that.
doing that. So
Yep.
that's great. And to credit Todd Bowles, I loved what Casey Rogers had to say, the defensive line coach, run game coordinator last week. He said during the bye week, he's like, our players told us what we can't do. He's like, our players said we tried to do this, and they were saying, nope, we cannot do this. So we had to do things that our players told us, yes, we
That's
can do
awesome.
it.
That's
And I
awesome.
think that's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing a lot more dime. You're seeing a little, they're not going fully man to man, but they're sprinkling it in more and more, versus what we saw earlier in the year. And it's allowing some of their athleticism, their lack of size to shine, and they are leaning heavily on guys like Vita Vea in the trenches, who is probably an unsung hero for this team of how well he has played this year. But complimentary football, I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And really, they just got to tighten up some loose screws here and there, and they could do some serious damage. And I'll say, no good team, no Super Bowl caliber team wants to go through the Buccaneers making it to New Orleans this year. That's
Mm-mm.
just kind of the team that's out there right now.
Totally agree. Great take, Seven. I got to run. Do Good Morning Football. Thank
Mhm.
you for your time, my friend. And
Have fun with that.
yeah, that's going to be a whole lot of fun. I hope these guys are the best. So appreciate you, my friend. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate you. Have a good one.
See you, Evan.
All right. I'm out, boss. It's yours the rest of the way. Well, not the rest of the way. I'll be back at 11 o'clock.
Here
Or
we
maybe
go.
a little sooner. Maybe
All right, go have
10:45.
fun. Name
All right,
drop.
partner.
Name
See ya.
drop.
See ya.
So there goes the great JP Peterson. We may never see him again because he may be so big time after this appearance on my favorite show, and he's not on the regular Good Morning Football. Although sometimes they do replay these interviews, they do, but it's Good Morning Football overtime, which is kind of it's their syndicated thing. Like here in Dallas, Fort Worth, it's on one of our regular channels, but it's on later at night when they redo some of this stuff. And then for the good interviews they do on Good Morning Football overtime, sometimes I'll replay those on the regular show the next morning. So, it's Friday, so they won't have one tomorrow. But if things go well for the Bucs on Sunday night, they may replace, a portion of JP's interview here on the regular Good Morning Football as Bucs, Cowboys, Sunday night. Think what you will about the Cowboys. They haven't played well at home this year. They're 1-6. They haven't played well, period, really. Although the last, kind of like the Panthers, the last month or so, they've played better. Their offensive line has figured some things out. The Cowboys had their first 100-yard rusher, Enrico Dowdle, 3 games ago, and he's done it every week since. So the offensive line, they're not even getting healthy. They're just figuring some things out. And you guys, in Tampa, we're familiar with injuries on the offensive line and how it affects the run game, how it affects the entire offense. We went through that a little bit last season when we had the pretty significant injuries the last couple of years with Jensen being out before he retired. But it's going to be a fun one to watch. And I will tell you, yes, I live in Dallas. Yes, I've been a Cowboys fan since we moved to Dallas in the early 70s. Yes, I was there for the 70s Super Bowls went through the slump in the 80s, was back on top in the early mid-90s, and when I was getting my first start into sports radio here in Dallas and on top of the world, right? But unlike a lot of blind Cowboys fans, and you guys will probably agree, Cowboys fans have to be one of the most annoying fan bases. I don't know where they rank in your top 10, but they got to be up there. And you know what? That's okay. I agree. I'm a Cowboys fan, and I can't stand Cowboys fans. All right? They're unrealistic. They're entitled. To me, they're a lot like Alabama fans, a lot like Notre Dame fans from the college standpoint. I don't know what fan base in America, and you guys are going to say Saints fans. I get it, but I'm also a Saints fan because that's where I'm from. But I'm not the unrealistic Saints fan, and I'm not the bag wearing Saints fan. Look, I was born there. Okay. My parents had season tickets at the Superdome when it opened in the, whenever that was. But, and we would go back and forth. I used to go to games as a kid. That's my only tie there. Look, we're talking Bucs. We hate the Saints. I get it. But I'm just saying, the Bucs, I've always had a soft spot in my heart for the Bucs since the Doug Williams years. Love Doug Williams as a quarterback. So I loved the creamsicles. You guys are hard on the creamsicles. We had the same thing back in the 70s and 80s and even in the 90s with the blue uniform Cowboys, which I think is the best. Maybe by far the best looking Cowboys uniform to me is the blue the blue jersey with the silver pants, because when they wear the white jerseys, they wear this weird green silver pants. It looks awful. I don't understand it. But I'm a Bucs fan, all right? Moreover, I'm a Baker Mayfield fan. I've always loved Baker since he was at Texas Tech. I was covering the Red Raiders then. I cover the Red Raiders now. I hate the Sooners, but I followed my fandom with Baker, not rooting for the Sooners, but rooting for Baker. I love the flag planting he did in college. I love flag planting now. Don't come at me. I think it's a good thing for college football, but you can do it in a respectful way for sure. You know what? His was the very second Cleveland Browns jersey I ever bought. Anybody want to guess what the first Cleveland Browns jersey I ever bought was? As a Texas A&M Aggies fan, can probably guess. Was it 2013, 2012 when they drafted Johnny Manziel? But yeah. And I love Baker. I still have my Baker Browns jersey. I'm still waiting on a Baker Bucs jersey. I want the one JP was just wearing, his creamsicle. I love his creamsicle. But yeah, we're going to talk some Bucs probably more because JP's going on Good Morning Football to talk Bucs right now. And then he's going to come on. Hopefully we're going to get a link to it and we'll be able to post the full interview if you guys can't watch it when it airs tonight. I think it's going to air tonight or whenever the syndicated Good Morning Football overtime is in Tampa. I don't know what station it's on or what time it airs, but you guys can look that up. And maybe if you guys find that, post it in the comments here so we can post it and talk about it on the show to those that are just listening on the FanStream Sports mobile app, listening live right now, or the ones that listen later on in the day on the podcast, wherever you get your podcast. So look, when the regular teacher leaves town or is absent for a day, what do you have in school? And by the way, Scott, I don't think that would ever happen. The Rays moving to Austin. I don't know where you got that, but no, that's not ever going to happen. I would hazard a guess you will never see a professional sports team in Austin unless it's the NHL, and they'll go to Houston before they go to Austin. And you probably won't see a pro football team in the city of Austin. I'm just guessing, but that's probably not going to happen. But I thought since JP is going to be gone here for the next 30 minutes or so, I thought we'd have a little bit of fun with something. And he doesn't know what we're doing. I told him I was going to be substitute teacher and play substitute teacher. And, normally that means the substitute walks in. If you're old like me and you were in school and elementary school in the 70s and middle school and high school in the 80s, they roll in the AV cart with the big box TV on top of it, with the VCR, and they throw a movie up, right? I don't know where y'all went to school. When I was in school, our classes were like 45 or 50 minutes. I got two kids in high school, one in middle school, the other one's graduated, but for some reason they have like 2-hour classes every day, and they alternate A and B days. I don't know what they're doing with schools these days, but it's ridiculous. So yeah, the teacher rolls in the cart. They turn on the movie, turn the lights off, and they sit behind the desk and they read their book, or I guess nowadays they probably go on social media or something. I don't know. We didn't have that when I was in school. But whatever, it's a fun day when the teacher's gone. So we're going to have some fun. And I thought in honor of the college football playoff starting tonight, we would have some fun with brackets. I have a bracket for you guys that we're going to go through together. You guys are going to be a big part of this. You're going to help me because I'm just one, and I will put in my vote. But we are doing, in honor of college football playoff, we're going to do our own bracket. It is fast food brackets. I found a fast food bracket because it was National Fast Food Day a few weeks ago, and I've been sitting on this bracket. We were going to do it on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim show. By the way, heard live 7 to, on Easter time, it would be 8 to 10. Wednesday nights live at fanstreamsports.com on the Fanstream Sports mobile app. The next day, wherever you get your podcasts. We're going to do it on my other show, and we just never got around to it because there's a bunch of horseplay that goes on that show, to be quite honest with you. So we're going to do our fast food brackets. What is our favorite fast food across the country? I think some of these are probably regional. There's one I've never heard of, so I'm not voting for it. But we're going to go over all of that while JP is gone. We're going to have some fun with it. If there's other fast food places that aren't on the list, I want to hear from you in the comments. Let me know which one's your favorite. And if some of these things are regional and they're not in Florida, then don't vote for it. Vote for the other one if you like it. It's not a big deal. But it's going to be fun. I promise it's going to be fun. It's going to be better than whatever me and JP we're going to talk about. I guarantee you right now. But let's take a quick break here on FanStream Sports on the JP Peterson Show. I'm IndyCar Tim, and we're going to come back, and we're going to have fun with brackets. Back after this.
Hey, it's football season, and we welcome back the Gator Report every Monday and Friday, sponsored by the Jeeves Law Group, Jeeves lawgroup.com. Just go to the website. You can contact them through there. Scott Jeeves is a tremendous, aggressive attorney and a big Gator fan, so we appreciate him supporting this show and, of course, your Florida Gators. They are local, they are trusted, and they get results. Whether it's personal injury or anything else, any law matter at all, it's the Jeeves Law Group, Jeeves lawgroup.com. Give them a call. Tell them JP sent you. So many of our Tampa Bay neighbors are finding out the hard way from Hurricane Helene that homeowners insurance does not cover flood damage. You must have flood insurance. It's a separate policy. Immediately call Italiano Insurance at 813-877-7799, and they will shop around to find the best policy before rates go up. Lock it in. Over 60% are underinsured in Florida, or you're not getting your discounts that you're entitled to. So do an insurance checkup at Italiano, and they could save you thousands of dollars. Italiano will make sure you're with a highly rated insurer, so there are no surprises in your time of need. Our hearts go out to all our neighbors devastated by Helene. These are the times we're proud to protect all the pieces of your life. Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. Old Hurricane Helene put a hurting on Tampa Bay, and for many of you, the rebuild will be a long process. You must beware of unscrupulous contractors offering up quick fixes for incredible prices. It's a scam. So go with long-standing, reputable companies like Third Generation Plumbing and AC. My friend John Rodriguez has been serving Tampa Bay since 1995 with hundreds of 5-star reviews. If you need a new AC system or any home repairs from Helene, they will work with insurance companies to get you taken care of quickly, expertly installed, of course, and a 1-year maintenance plan and 10-year warranty included on all AC units. 0% financing for 60 months. Contact them at thirdgenerationplumbing.com or 813-961-8024. That's 813-961-8024, thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, one of South Tampa's premier traditional Italian restaurants. We were recently voted number 3 on Open Table list of Tampa Bay's top 10 restaurants. We're very proud of that because we take great care of preparing each dish by hand with homemade sauces, pastas, only the freshest local ingredients. You won't see the big institutional vendor trucks pulling up to our back door. We get our seafood from local vendors. Sometimes I even drive out to Tarpon Springs and pick out our daily catch right off those boats. So stop by and say hello. Try our traditional lasagna, the fresh veal, some of our signature dishes like capelli al granchio, that is angel hair with lump crab meat, our branzino, that is a sea bass. We're located at 4205 South McDill, and you can make a reservation on Open Table and read all the great reviews. See you soon. Ciao. Grazie.
Let's go! Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
It helps if I turn my microphone on. Welcome back to the JP Peterson Show right here on FanStream Sports. It is fanstreamsports.com. It is the FanStream Sports mobile app, our FanStream Sports TV on YouTube, and, of course, the JP Peterson Show YouTube channel, which will soon be more than just the JP Peterson Show, as we are going to migrate all of our Tampa Southwest sort of shows over there. It's going to be called FanStream Sports Tampa. We will have FanStream Sports Dallas. That would be me. And, of course, FanStream Sports Columbus. We will have a FanStream Sports Kansas City, and we are looking for a Charlotte one, as we've got people interested in all of those markets in franchising FanStream Sports for local. We're going to be a national brand with local flavors for you as we continue to grow FanStream Sports. But there's no us without you. We appreciate everybody tuning in today. We appreciate everybody that's sponsoring the JP Peterson Show. Of course, the great Cafe Paradiso that I have had the pleasure of dining in with me and JP and Johnny Gerber when I was out there helping JP set up the studio. By the way, the FanStream Sports Studio, for those of you interested, or if you know someone who might be interested, is available for rental to come in and record your podcast in our professional studio. You'll have your director, the board up there. We can do video. We can do audio only. We can do whatever you want in a really cool setting as part of the FanStream Sports family. We can do post-edit. We can do whatever you want. If you want to do all that yourself, that's fine. Of course, pricing depends on what you want from us, how much we have to do for you. And it's a lot of fun. We'd love to have you in the studio to use our new studio. It's not just for us. It's for you, too. All right, boys and girls, let's get into a little fun, shall we? As we are going to do in honor of the college football playoff, which is a fun bracket. You know, we're used to doing brackets in March. I don't know if you guys do your college basketball brackets or March Madness stuff. I quit doing that a long time ago. It just wasn't that. What happened?
Nothing happened. It just was a 6-minute segment.
Wow.
Only 6 minutes. But they did say they loved it, and they'll have me back on soon.
Wow. You weren't even gone 20. I didn't even get a chance to do anything yet.
I know. Well, I thought it was going to be like a 15-minute segment, but, it was my first time. So, but they did love it, apparently, or they lied really well.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, I was telling everybody, I don't know what channel Good Morning Football Overtime is on in the local market there, or what time it airs.
Depends on your local market. Like in our market, it's MOR TV. And
okay. All right.
For some reason, my headphones aren't working, but I think I can still hear you. Are you there?
Go in and change. Yeah, just go in and change make sure your settings in StreamYard are the same. If you changed your headphones somewhere, you probably have to go back into the settings and make sure your audio is on your.
When you do just a little behind the scenes, when you do Good Morning Football, they do Zoom. Like we use StreamYard, they use Zoom. Yeah, I got it on speaker headphones or just no speakers. There we go. That should be it. Hold on.
You got to put it back there, and then you should be on right there. How's that work?
That works good. That's much better.
All right, we just came out of a break, JP. I was talking a little Bucs Cowboys. Yeah, well, of course, but sure, back awful soon. We didn't get a chance to have fun yet. Yeah. Real quick, before we do that, though. Yeah, before we get to the important stuff, let's go through our bracket because it is college football. It's the playoff. It's a bracket. Brackets aren't just for March anymore. We can do them in December now because we now have the 12-team college football playoff. I thought it would be fun to do fast food because everybody eats fast food unless you're a serial killer.
Right, exactly.
Even if you care about your body and your health, you eat fast food. And if you say you don't, you're lying. So look, these aren't my rankings. These aren't my seedings. A lot of these are national brands. If there's one maybe that's not in Florida that you guys don't recognize, then just pick the other one. I don't know what to tell you. Because there's one on here that I've never heard of. I don't know if it's in Texas or not. And it's the 4 seed in this bracket that came from Bleacher Report, I think is where I got this. Oh no, it's from FanDuel. Sorry. So real quick, we'll go 1 versus 16 first, JP. You and I can blow through these, and if we tie, then somebody can comment what they want to do.
Sounds good.
Let's get some production music for this.
Yeah, we need some production music. Let's go.
And let's do. You might recognize this from back in the day. You ever been on hold in the late
yeah.
90s?
God, brutal. It's giving me PTSD, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to do that one anymore. Let's do this. This is better. All right. Chick-fil-A. You guys have Chick-fil-A in Florida?
Of course we have Chick-fil-A, but not on Sundays.
Nobody has Chick-fil-A on Sundays unless you're at the the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Don't they have one that's open on Sunday for the games?
So. It's the only one. Yeah.
Yep. Well, the one,
which, by the way, is the same exact prices as regular Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Arthur Blank did that, and all his concessions are the same prices you find out on the road.
Something the rest of the owners should follow suit for sure.
and they hate him for.
I know. Right. Your 1 seed Chick-fil-A. And a couple of years ago, I would have disagreed with this, but now I think it's spot on. The 16 seed Whataburger. You guys have Whataburgers in Florida?
We used to.
Did you really?
Yeah, we used to. They're just spotty around. They close, they open, they close.
Well, and Whataburger's not. It used to be my whole life my favorite fast food place. But since it got bought out by that Chicago company, it's not Texas owned anymore. And they've done some things. So I'm not a big fan. So it suits that it's a 16 seed. And it pains me to say this, JP, but if I'm going Chick-fil-A versus Whataburger, I got to go Chick-fil-A.
Oh, listen, the Whataburger is outstanding we used to do it in Tallahassee. They had this one. It was the late night hangout at college. And you'd go there and you'd sit there for an hour and a half to get your food. And you get a sausage with taquita egg and cheese, man. It was freaking to die for. And it comes in these yellow wrappers. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And you get 3 of them buggers with a big Diet Coke at the end of the night, and it's fab. And they had these hash browns that were just incredible. Whataburger, taquitas with sausage, egg, and cheese, absolutely the best. But Chick-fil-A is the absolute Ferrari of fast food. There's nothing better than
such
Chick-fil-A.
A great business model, right? You're in and you're out.
And that's what you love about it, because you go anywhere else, you're rolling the dice. This could be a half hour, 45-minute thing. And the chances of you getting exactly what you ordered are about 2%.
Especially at Whataburger these days here in Dallas.
And McDonald's usually gets it right, but everybody else, it's a complete crapshoot. Let's just be honest. But Chick-fil-A, you go in, you know exactly what you're getting.
Yep.
You won't be there very long. The quality is always consistent and perfect. And the choices that they give you are fantastic. I mean,
and it's consistent too.
Their mac and cheese.
Oh man.
Come on.
I was mad when they got rid of their coleslaw, but they replaced it with mac and cheese, so I'm back in.
The coleslaw was fantastic, and I'm a coleslaw guy. And
did you see
why do people hate coleslaw? What is coleslaw?
No, I think it's great. Yeah. But they were good enough. They were cool enough that when they were discontinuing their coleslaw, I don't know if you remember or noticed this at the time, they gave out the recipe.
Yes.
They would post the recipe. Hey, here it is. We're not going to carry it anymore, but you guys can make it at home now. That was awesome, man.
But the chicken fingers are just the tenders.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care where you go. It's tough. It's tough to top that. PDQ is pretty good. PDQ here we have. Do you have PDQ there?
We don't have that here.
Yeah. PDQ is really, really good. Their menu I love. They're highly underrated. They have a honey butter sandwich, butter chicken sandwich with pimento cheese.
Yeah. See, Chick-fil-A has their pimento sandwich out right now.
Yeah. I think they stole that from PDQ, but
probably with the honey and the jalapenos. All right, let's go. 2 seed McDonald's versus 15 seed Panda Express. JP,
listen, we all grew up on McDonald's, which is why we're all fat, and unhealthy. It is, I know too much about it now. I know way too much about it, and I cannot, in good conscience, ever feed it to my children.
Nope.
But a double cheeseburger at about 130,
pretty good. Pretty good. I'm still a fan of their nuggets. Still like the chicken nuggets. It ain't real chicken, but I don't care.
Have you seen the bag of pink stuff that they say they're making?
Using all that though, supposedly.
I can't unsee that.
I know, I didn't eat McDonald's for probably 5 years because of that.
Those nuggets, I don't know what the hell they are. It's like with all McDonald's food. I'm not saying it doesn't taste good.
Yeah,
because it does. But I don't know what the hell is in there. And there's true story. I'm playing. I'm at some exclusive golf resort a few years ago. Want to go out, get an afternoon round in by myself. I'm with the family, so I'm gonna rip over there. They pair you with somebody, right? So they pair me with this rich dude, super nice guy. I'm like, what do you do? He goes, I provide breakfast food for McDonald's. I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, my company does all their pancakes and sausage and all that. I'm like, oh, really? I said, I got to tell you, that stuff's good. He goes, yeah, it's good.
Don't eat
and
it.
I go, well, I go, should I be eating it? And he goes, oh, no. No. I get, will you feed it to your kids? Oh, hell no.
Oh, no.
Hell to the no.
Dude.
I'm like, did I ask any more questions? Nope. You're up.
I love the McGriddle, man. I love McGriddles, though.
Oh, they're fantastic.
God.
It all tastes so good, but
It ain't good for you.
what is it that old
That's why I'm fat.
wasn't there for a long time, like 10 years, somebody set up like a cybercam, a webcam on a like a Big Mac, and the thing like never deteriorated. It like looked like 10 years later, it looked like it just came out, and you're like, holy crap, what is
Preservatives
that?
work.
What is that made of? What alien process are we working with here?
Yeah.
That thing looks like it just came out of the wrapper or the styrofoam Big Mac box. I'm like, if that doesn't scare the hell out of you. By the way, this is all my opinion. All my opinion. McDonald's, please don't sue me.
Yeah, TikTok don't take us down.
That's right. So
Panda Express we agree on, right? The 15 seat.
I'm going Panda Express. Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, the whole idea about Chinese fast food is fantastic. And I'm not going to sit here and say Panda Express gets it right. But it's Chinese food can just absolutely crush. And there's times when I love it. So I would definitely go Panda Express over McDonald's anytime. That's my 15 seed upset right there.
Yeah, it's
you get them every year. You get them every year.
7 seed Wendy's versus 10 seed Burger King.
Oh,
now if I'm going nostalgia, I have to go Burger King because that was, again, one of my favorite places growing up. I'd always wear the crown. Hell, I still put the crown on when I walk in if I go there. Problem is they've been so inconsistent lately, like the last 5-10 years for me here in Texas.
Yes.
That I have to talk myself into going to a Burger King now. Whereas right up the street from me, there's a Burger King and a Wendy's. Sometimes I crave the Wendy's nowadays. I have to go with 7 seed Wendy's over Burger King now because I'm not a kid anymore.
All right, this is a tough one for me because, the double cheeseburger at fire grilled double cheeseburger at Burger King was my go-to when I just needed it because the beef to bread ratio was really good, but the Whopper is just the opposite, way too much. The beef to bread ratio is it's terrible.
Where's the beef?
But the double cheeseburger grilled, extra ketchup with the onions, it was my go-to.
Yep.
But then again, they shrunk it down to a freaking slider. They shrunk it. I mean, it wasn't big, but it was like, okay, that's a burger. Now it's like a little
shrunk everything.
It's like, what are we? And it's twice the price.
Yeah.
And it doesn't taste the same.
And the Wendy's burgers are still big.
Yeah. And Burger King had a lot of good stuff. Like I hate to say it, their French toast sticks. Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now. Fantastic. So I was a big Burger King fan, and I like that they're the freshest toppings people.
Yep.
Like you get a real tomato, you get I feel like you get real lettuce, tomato, and onion.
Crispy lettuce.
Crisp. Yeah, exactly, which is rare in the business. So that's it. But then Wendy's, man, a double Wendy's, double quarter, double cheese. I mean, it's got, now you talk about meat to bun ratio.
Yeah.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And they always give you, and it's extra cheese. It's coming off the side. They ain't chinsing on the seas. And it's fresh off the grill when you get a good one. Yeah, I'm a Wendy's guy. I wish they were more consistent, but Wendy's, if I'm going to go fast food burger, I'm probably going to go Wendy's. If there's a Culver's nearby, I'm going Culver's. I'll always do kind of like the
Culver's is on our bracket, and I've never heard of it before.
Yeah. But like of the mains, Wendy's.
Chris
and then
Robinson,
you always can substitute the chili for the fries. That's a big deal.
I do love their chili, although it's got chilies in it.
Off the chain. I don't want to know how they make it. I know it's the leftover burgers. I get it.
They sell it in the stores here. Like you can go to Walmart and buy Wendy's chili.
I love their chili. A double and a chili and a big fat Diet Coke. Yep. Bam.
Chris Robinson chimes in on Facebook. Good morning to you, Chris. You must indulge in the salted caramel frosty 321 including tax.
Dude, I had one the other day. He's spot on. And when they came out, I'm like, wait, we had chocolate and vanilla, and you don't need to mess with either one of those.
No, and it used to just be chocolate. They didn't do the vanilla until Dave Thomas passed away because he would not let them do any other flavor except for chocolate.
I used to play golf with Dave Thomas Jr.
Did you really?
Oh, Yeah, the dude was an absolute hellion.
And you know what? I'm
Silver
out
spoon,
on.
just maniac.
I am out on Frosties. I can never
What?
eat another Frosty.
What?
After seeing a commercial where in the commercial they dipped French fries in a Frosty.
That's okay.
And it made me throw up a little in my mouth, and now I can never unsee it.
Shut up.
I can't do it.
What kind of wuss bag are you?
I
can't do a French fry and a Frosty?
No, I cannot. That's the most disgusting. That is almost as disgusting as dipping cookies in milk.
This is why, as a country, we are soft.
Oh,
we are soft. We can't do a French fry into a Frosty.
It destroys. Why? Why do you have to do that? Why can't you? Look, I have the same issue with cookies and milk.
Listen,
why are people dipping cookies in milk?
Frosty, I don't need to mess it up. I'm not dying to stick the French fry into Frosty. I've done it, and it's okay. It's all right. A little sweet, salt. Okay, I got it. But I'm not messing up my Frosty with no. I mean, generally speaking, I'm going Frosty and fry. I don't like Wendy's fries. I think they have kind of like a metallic flavor to them. There's something wrong. That's why I always get the chili.
Yeah.
But to his point, that salted caramel Frosty, freaking unbelievable. Freaking if they discontinue that, I'm really going to be angry.
Well, it's only for the holidays, I think.
That's wrong. That's wrong. Well, how does salted caramel now become a holiday thing? Why what you can't do salted caramel in March? Like why
is salted caramel a thing, period?
Salted caramel is one of the greatest inventions of this century.
Is it?
We didn't have that in the
Never
90s.
Heard of
no
that.
Salted caramel. Anything in salted caramel is fabulous.
I'll have to try something somewhere that's salted caramel.
Anytime if I see salted caramel, I'm like, boom, coffee, Frosty, bananas, like protein drink, whatever. Salted caramel. Boom, done.
All right, JP, 8-seed Chipotle versus 9-seed KFC.
I've never been a Chipotle guy. Never been a Chipotle. Never got it. Never understood the craziness about it. It's the same stuff all the time. I like that it's fresh. Yeah. I mean, it's not crap. It's good quality food, so I like that. So in a pinch, I'll do Chipotle. I like it. I like Chipotle. I mean, it's fresh. It's good. It's good. It's a nice alternative to terrible fast food. But I don't crave it. It's not crazy.
Wow.
And what was the other one?
KFC.
So dirty. So dirty.
It is, man.
It's so dirty and so good. So dirty and so greasy.
It's another place that I have to force myself to go eat. So
greasy. I mean, you put it in, you can't eat it in your car because forget about it. Anything you touch
runs down your elbows.
So good. I don't know what the 21 herbs and spices, what the hell the Colonel did, but my God, it's just glorious. It's glorious. I crave Kentucky Fried Chicken. The coleslaw, fantastic. Their mac and cheese used to be good. Not anymore. Mashed potatoes. I mean, it's all good, man. It's so freaking good. And their biscuits. Oh, dude, their biscuits.
I'm not a fan of the biscuits. They're too dry for me.
Greasy. So greasy. I mean, it's like you love the first 4 or 5 bites, and then it's all of a sudden it's like, oh.
So you're going KFC on this one?
I'm going KFC.
I'm going Chipotle. I'm going Chipotle.
No, KFC.
So our tiebreaker is John Hill because he said Chipotle over finger looking good.
Okay. I'm not going to argue.
My favorite thing at Chipotle is I don't get the burritos or the taco. I get the bowl.
Oh, you bowl. Yeah,
I go bowl and with the steak and the cheese and the sour cream and the guacamole and the rice and the bean. Oh my God.
Why do they never give us enough sour cream? Sour cream should not come in the little cup. It's not a little cup thing. That's a bigger cup thing.
Yeah.
Like you need to slather sour cream. You don't dip it. You don't put a spoonful on. You slather sour cream. I don't know. And it's not cheap. It's not expensive.
No, not.
Why are we cheaping out on sour cream?
Like Taco Bell charges like 60 cents now for sour cream on your
sour
taco.
Cream. Like
it's really ridiculous.
Okay, whatever.
Let's go 4-seed JP Culver's.
Love it.
Which is the one I had never heard of before.
Oh, the butter burger. The butter burger.
But its opponent, the 13 seed, is maybe my favorite place ever to eat right now for the last 2 years, and it's Jersey Mike's.
Oh, you crushed me on that one.
Yeah, this was tough. Like I mean, I'm easy. I'm Jersey Mike's because I've never been to
I'm doing quadruple overtime on this one because Culver's has the custard. They call it's their ice cream basically, and their custard is just off the chain. Everything Culver's makes is fantastic, and they've got their fries are amazing. Their burgers, their butter burgers, because of the buns and the burgers. They got a lot of different toppings for you. Their chicken is really, really moist, and everything at Culver's is good, and it tastes like it's very Chick-fil-A-ish, to be honest with you.
Really,
they run it great. Yeah, they run it great. It's very high-end delivery, always consistent, always high quality, really good. Love Culver's, but Jersey Mike's, it's one of the few apps I have on my phone.
Yeah,
and I get the Italian and the certain way that I do it. Their bread is so fresh and so soft. Cutting the meat right there, I think matters. I think it matters. I don't know why, but it just
Subway
matters.
started doing it now. Subway copied them.
Yeah, I don't know. It just matters, and I know it's still the loaf, and it is what it is, but it matters. The meat tastes better. Their toppings are just fresh as can be,
super fresh,
and they're good.
The oil and vinegar when you get it Mike's way.
Oh, yeah, I gotta go a little bit. They go a little heavy on the light, so I always go light oil. But so now on the app, I just hit reorder. I don't even have to do all that stuff, and it takes 7 minutes to get there from here.
Yeah,
and I get the giant. It's $21 after tip, which is a lot, but it's 2 meals. Yeah. It's 2 meals, easy. So sometimes 3 because it's so big. And you don't have to go back. So, I can get it for lunch and eat it for dinner, and I'm happy as a clam. Jersey Mike's. As much as I love Culver, Jersey Mike's.
All right. Well, there you go. Yeah. I thought we were going to have an issue with that one.
No.
All right. 3-seed In-N-Out Burger versus the 14-seed Popeyes. I'm not a fan of In-N-Out. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not a big fan of Popeyes, but
do you remember when Coors was just west of the Mississippi?
Yes. My dad used to have to drive to Denver to bring it back to Dallas.
So it had that mystique about it. Oh, it's Coors beer, man. We'd go out and I'd stick them in our suitcase, and like when we come home, 2 of them bust, and all your clothes are like smelling like beer. So so it had that mystique to it. So now it's going all over. But every time I go to California, it's my first stop. All right, if you get off of LAX, it's one exit up.
So y'all don't have those in Florida?
Not yet. I think
we've got them here.
I think somebody's building them. I think I saw that somewhere. They're coming to Florida, which is fantastic because I love the concept. We're going to do what we do. We're going to do what we do. We're not messing around with anything else. We got shakes. We got fries. We ain't got no chicken. We got double doubles. And with the onions,
that like 3 things on the menu. Yeah.
The onions on the grill, the way they do that. And then they put them on.
And I do like, if I'm going to In-N-Out, it's got to be animal style. I have to have an animal style.
What's animal style?
You don't know animal style?
No, never heard of this.
Oh, next, it's a secret menu item.
I did not know this.
You can get the fries or you can get anything animal style, and they put a special sauce on it, which is kind of like Big Mac sauce.
Yeah, I've asked for the sauce. The secret sauce.
Order it animal style,
but they just call that animal style.
It's animal. Okay. Well, you get the sauce, you get grilled onions with it.
Yeah,
that go inside all of it, and it's oh my god, dude! Yeah, it's called
I get
animal
that
style.
Anyway. I always
it's called animal style.
Sauce. Okay, all right. Well, all that sauce is. It's not Thousand Island dressing.
No,
but it's close. It's what it's that. It's very secret. It's the secret sauce about the Big Mac. Yeah. That and look, it's simple, but it's a must-have. It is absolutely must-have when I go to California.
So we're gonna do Popeyes or In-N-Out?
In-N-Out.
Yeah, I'll go In-N-Out over Popeyes. Although I do like Popeyes red beans and rice.
Yeah, chicken sandwich. They're good. Popeyes. They got a new CEO like 5 years ago, and she crushed it. She crushed it, and their chicken is really good. I love me some Popeyes, but you're going up against In-N-Out, man. That's
well in Texas. The big argument in Texas is: are you an In-N-Out guy or are you a Whataburger guy? Had Whataburger never been sold to the Chicago company and suffered their downfall that they are now, Whataburger would put In-N-Out out of business here in Texas.
Why do people buy successful restaurants and change them?
I don't know, man. But Whataburger is not what it used to be. I almost would pick In-N-Out over Whataburger right now. That's how bad it's gotten in Whataburger.
Yeah, and they do it. They come in and they cut corners.
All right, 2 more here, JP. We have, I don't know if y'all have these in Florida. Number 5 seed is Five Guys Burgers versus the 12 seed Taco Bell.
2 very different approaches here. Again, Five Guys is just burgers and fries and shakes. Five Guys went Biden inflation before Biden inflation. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not paying $20 for a freaking burger and fries. I don't care how good it is, and it's good. It's good.
Very
like, Five
good.
Guys is good. They do a nice job. The burger, but to me, it's too greasy. The fries are too greasy. The burgers are too greasy. It's too much. It's too much. And then the price, 7 or 8 years ago, when Five Guys is good, and then I had my kids with me, and they're like $700, please. I'm like,
and leave us your leftover too.
Yeah, I'm like, no, we're not doing this.
I agree with all of that. Yeah.
Enjoy your last Five guys. But not worth the money. Not worth the money.
So we're both going Taco Bell on that.
And Taco Bell, look, we have a little local Taco Bell that we go to, and Ashley just loves the Taco Bell. She hates. She's just like her guilty pleasure. Yep. Sometimes we're talking about. She's like, I don't go. I give you one Taco Bell, don't you? As soon as we're watching the game and it comes on, it's like dong that dong. I'm like, okay, getting you the Lux box, right? That's what you want.
Yeah, so, dude, it's so much food for $7.
It's just it's so bad. Whatever is in that meat, who the freak knows? And Ashley won't eat meat, but she'll eat that.
Well, it's not meat.
Exactly. So whatever.
Taco Bell was one of my first jobs in 1986.
Whatever they do, and it's all the same ingredients. I like why it's whatever. It's all the same stuff. Yeah. It's crunchy, not crunchy, whatever. It's fantastic. And now, and they did. What did I have there recently? Oh, their potatoes. Have you done their cheesy potatoes?
No, I see them on the menu, but I haven't had them yet.
Oh, dude. Oh,
really?
Oh, yes. The cheesy potatoes. Ashley turned me on to those. Fantastic.
All right.
I think this has been our greatest segment ever, by the way.
This is great. All right. One more here to start, and then we get into our second round. Number 6, Subway versus number 11, Domino's.
Another one that changed their recipes, Domino's. Changed their recipes and just, I don't know. It used to be really, really good in quality, and then they changed. Somebody bought it. Some, clearinghouse holding company buys it to make money, chintzes out on all the stuff, changes it, and no. That's what Outback did that. Outback, when Chris Sullivan and Bob Basham were running it, was the greatest restaurant in the history of restaurants, the greatest value, everything. And they sold it to, some big conglomerate, and they chintzed out on everything and ruined the brand. Then they had the brand, bring it back in to get the brand better, blah, blah, blah.
Yep,
I mean, you buy something, keep it the way it's supposed to be run.
Yep.
You're going to lose your ass.
I have ordered the last 3 times I have ordered from Domino's. My order has been wrong.
Yeah. And
3 times in a row.
As John Hill says, Taco Bell keeps the feral cat population in control, and Five Guys keep the plumbing going.
Yes.
Like certain restaurants, I eat them, and my stomach doesn't agree, and we're off.
Yeah. So Subway,
and
we're
then
going
Subway,
there, right?
like I want to cancel the game because Subway, every sandwich tastes the same. Like how does your turkey taste exactly like your ham? Taste exactly like your roast beef? Like, can't do it. Something.
I wish they had
color on stuff.
I wish they had Arby's on here, but do y'all have Arby's over there?
Oh,
I love Arby's.
Beef and cheddar.
Yeah, it's not on
another like what's in the meat? Nobody cares.
Don't care.
Looks like roast beef. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, JP. Here we are in the quarterfinals. Chick-fil-A versus Chipotle. I already know where you're going here.
Chick-fil-A, easy.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that.
For the aforementioned reasons.
Now, how about 13 seed Jersey Mike's advanced versus 12 seed Taco Bell?
Jersey Mike's, love you, Taco Bell, but going to crave the Jersey Mike's Italian always.
That was crazy. First round, we knocked out the 4 and the 5 seed. Huh.
Yeah, well, that happens.
On that side of the bracket. On the other side of the bracket, JP, we have Panda Express, the 15 seed.
Yeah.
Versus the 7 seed Wendy's.
Sorry, Cinderella. Your time is up. Yeah. Going double. Dave's double, chili, and a large Diet Coke. Yep.
Right there with you. And then finally, JP, to see who makes it into the conference finals here, we have In-N-Out versus Subway.
Oh, God, In-N-Out. It's not even close. Goodbye, Subway.
Really?
Yeah. If you spend more on your commercial talent than you do on the actual food, making it quality, you suck. Subway, you suck. And your commercials are bad, by the way.
All right. I hate their commercials. All right. Hey, everybody on the comments, I need your favorite between In-N-Out or Subway. Y'all are the tiebreaker here. We haven't needed you here before.
You're going Subway over In-N-Out? What is wrong with you?
I don't do In-N-Out that much, dude. I'm just not there. I'm
God,
there over even Whataburger.
But
I got a really good Subway by my house, and it's inside a Walmart. It's so convenient.
Yeah, you're a hater.
So somebody comment. First comment breaks the tie. Subway or In-N-Out Burger? Jeremy Lowe brought it. In-N-Out.
You know your stuff. Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate that. Yes.
I know we would do it. All right, JP. Conference finals.
Yes.
You want to do Eastern Conference or Western Conference first?
Western Conference first.
Western Conference. Your 7 seed Wendy's versus your 3 seed In-N-Out.
Oh. In-N-Out. In-N-Out. It may be just the Mystique thing. It may be the Mystique thing. If they were in Florida, would I still say it? Yeah, I'd eat it once a week, and I don't eat fast food.
All right, because I have to go Wendy's here. So someone other than Jeremy Lowe, someone comment either Wendy's or In-N-Out, because we already know what he's going to say. No. Anyone on the comments, Wendy's or In-N-Out to break our tie for the Western Conference Finals. It moves into the
John Hill. I hate you.
All right, John.
I hate you, John Hill.
John brought us back to Wendy's. Sorry, More Right Rudder.
You're off the Christmas list.
Yeah, you were probably 12 seconds too late. More Right Rudder.
More Right Rudder. We love you. He's always right.
He's always right. All right, JP. Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
These two teams hate each other, as it is Chick-fil-A versus Jersey Mike's, the 1 seed versus the 13 seed.
This is excruciating
for me too.
Wow.
I guess this the real finals.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be a little selfless here. I'm being a little selfless here because if it's just me, I'm going Jersey Mike's. If it's the fam, everybody likes Chick-fil-A. I love what they stand for. Just overall, you just cannot go wrong. And the only thing wrong with them, and it's not really wrong, is that you constantly torture me on Sundays. Constantly. When I go, where am I going? I'm like, Chick-fil-A, let's go.
Drive past it on Sunday
there, and you're like, it's Sunday.
It's empty, and you're like, what?
But then I say, praise the Lord for
stupid Lord stuff.
Sorry, Jersey Mike's. I love you, but Chick-fil-A.
You're going Chick-fil-A? All right, we're going to need a tiebreaker then again, because I got to go Jersey Mike's. So first person to comment, Jersey Mike's or Chick-fil-A? Let's throw it out there. Lonnie Wilkins comment doesn't.
What the hell is wrong with Lonnie this morning?
What is wrong with him?
Jeez, old Pete.
All right, Chick-fil-A or Jersey Mike's in our comments.
Chick-fil-A is winning. Joseph Collins, Chick-fil-A, yes.
All right, there we go. All right, I'll allow it, which takes us, JP, the first time these two teams have ever met in the finals. And they are very unfamiliar with each other. Chick-fil-A's defense is going to have a hard time with the Wendy's offense, I think, in this one. Splash plays, advantage goes to Wendy's. So it is Chick-fil-A versus Wendy's in the finals.
It's Chick-fil-A, ladies and gentlemen. It's Chick-fil-A because of that secret way that they keep the chicken moist and has a tinge of honey in it. Doesn't even need a sauce. Even need a sauce. But if you got to go, Polynesian's the way to go, just in case.
Everybody's going Chick-fil-A. Look at this.
Once dated a Polynesian girl. Fabulous as well. Really? Yeah, the sauce and the ladies.
She tastes like the sauce.
Knew you were going there. Yeah, it's Chick-fil-A and absolutely and we haven't even mentioned the most wonderful part about it. Waffle fries, just absolutely when they're crisp and salty. Oh my God.
You know what's funny is I was not a fan of the Chick-fil-A fry. Look, I didn't eat Chick-fil-A my entire life until maybe 8 years ago. And my wife at the time forced me to, and then it became my favorite place. But I did not like the fries very much. And what I realized,
the best,
it's not that I didn't like the fries. I didn't like their ketchup. I don't like, for some reason, the Chick-fil-A ketchup.
The Heinz ketchup and the only one that gives you a little dipper.
I know. I don't understand it because I eat Heinz at home.
It's convenient and good. Heinz
but
ketchup.
You know what I started doing? I started dipping the fries in the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Everything's fine.
Of course, yeah.
And everything's
fine. With the fries and with Polynesian sauce, honey mustard, all works well with fries. Absolutely. But yes,
so there you go. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A
is your
100%. Ashley's mad at me because I gave up all her Taco Bell secret. Or about the Polynesian stuff. Sorry.
So there you go. See, guys, we had some fun, even though the teacher came back early with our substitute teacher segment. So.
I think I added something to the segment. I think
you did for sure.
It would have been boring. I've done a lot of research in my time over this one, so I really think it's one of our best segments ever. If you want to know the truth,
it probably was.
Let's take a break from all this silliness and come back and talk a little football. We're going to talk some college football with Scott Hamilton. at 11:30. Jeff Didoff's going to join us at 11:15. Scott Glazer from the Gasparilla Bowl is going to join us as well. He's got a big game today, Florida and Tulane. So we are college football all the way. Have you heard about this community college rule?
No.
Oh, my God. Yeah, this is crazy. We'll talk about it when we come back. We're brought to you by the Jeeves Law Group, JEEVES lawgroup.com. We are coming to you from the Jeeves Law Studio, which was on Good Morning Football this morning. Along with myself. They are the best. They are local. They are trusted, and they get results. If you're in an accident, you call Scott Jeeves, and he will kick ass. It's Jeeves Law Group, JEEVES lawgroup.com. Non-attorney spokesman, offices Tampa, St. Pete. Back in 3. Hey, folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com. Hey, JP here for the Gold and Diamond Source. There's been a lot of talk about lab-grown diamonds. Oh, they're just like the real thing. No, they're not. They're not the real thing. They're lab-grown. They're fake. You want to give your honey a fake diamond? Not a good way to start off the relationship, folks. Take my word for it. Get the real thing, and no place better to shop than the Gold and Diamond Source. And remember, if you shop anywhere else, you don't know if it's real. You don't know what you're buying. The Gold and Diamond Source has been in business for over 40 years. Julie and Steve Weintraub, great benefactors in our community. You know it's real. It's the only place to shop. And if you're planning to purchase for the holidays, don't forget to take advantage of our layaway offer at the Gold and Diamond Source. You can reserve your favorite piece now and pay in easy installments, making your holiday shopping stress-free. As always, we offer up to 5 years interest-free financing for just $84 a month when you finance $5,000. It's the only place to shop for the holidays. It's the Golden Diamond Source, 3800 Ulmerton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com.
Hey Tampa Bay sports fans, this is two-time LPGA major champion Jane Geddes here. After winning the US Open and 10 other LPGA events, I wanted to try something completely different. So I came right off the top turnbuckle and landed in the crazy world of WWE. And yes, you heard that right. That's WWE. Working for the Vince McMahon as the VP of Talent Relations for the company. Now, though, I want to work for you. Everything I've done in my life, I've done with incredible passion. And now I've turned my focus to leading the best real estate team in Tampa Bay, the Gettys Gordon Group with Keller Williams in South Tampa. If you're looking for a new home, an investment property, or looking to sell your current home, we will give you major championship level service. When you choose Gettys Gordon Group, you become part of our inner circle, like family. So if you're looking for a few golf tips or a golf course view, we're going to stripe it right down the fairway. Call me at 813-485-6808 or go to gettysgordongroup.com, or again, give me a ring at 813-485-6808.
Let's go! Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show after that epic fast food racket segment. Great job, Tim. I love that. It was a great idea. You should come up with more great ideas like that.
Oh, man, I'm full of them. I'm full of it, and I'm full of them.
Executed flawlessly, without question. And we're brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. They are the folks with the best customer service, been doing this for over 60 years here locally. Lots of great clients that swear by them, including myself. They have saved me so much money on auto insurance, homeowners insurance, business insurance, everything, all kinds of insurance. You got to have it. Flood insurance, by the way, you got to have flood insurance. Many of you don't have it. Only 18% of people in Florida have flood insurance.
Yikes.
That boggles my mind.
Seems like not enough.
Have you ever seen Florida from space?
Surrounded by water.
Yeah. And all the lights where people live.
Yeah.
Just right by the water. So tends to flood, hurricane, even if you're not by the water, it can
Right.
flood. So get your flood insurance. I know it's a pain in the ass. I get it. But you got to have it. You do not want to be caught with your pants down.
Yikes.
So Italiano Insurance, 813
Hate when that happens.
77
Speaking of pants down, it's time to talk some fantasy football.
His intros are just getting worse and worse.
Why do we have
What are you doing?
Two
There
Tims,
he
that's
is.
great. I like how Tim put himself on there twice.
Yeah.
You're so vain.
I can do it again if you want. Welcome in, Jeff Thidoff, host
I
of
just like
Fantasy
when you-
Football Now, host of the Buckeyes Daily Blitz here on FanStream Sports, and host at 97.1 The Fan in Columbus. How are you, Tito?
Doing great, boys. How you doing?
Living the
Oh,
dream.
I can't wait to see Ohio State get their ass kicked this weekend.
They're not getting their ass kicked this week.
by a real SEC team.
That's not
Tennessee,
going to
baby.
happen.
Uh,
That
It's gonna be a good
stadium's
game.
going to be all orange.
This has gotten so overblown.
get used to this, bro. Get used to this.
It should be a fun game. Should be a fun weekend for football.
It's going to be a
Both NFL and
checkerboard
college.
at the
God, yeah.
Horseshoe.
But that's what I love about this is, we're either going to get Ohio State, we're going to get the best of them because we didn't see that against Michigan, or we're going to, the SEC is going to come in there like a big old bully and just, beat a bully. But I think it's going to be a really good game. And frankly, I don't know. It's like trying to pull between Iran and North Korea for me, but I'll go. I guess I'll go.
Wow.
10. I don't know. I
got
hate
dark.
the SEC and Ohio State. Geez, I don't know. I got some
Hey,
good
look.
friends that are Buckeyes, so I'm going to go Ohio State.
Ohio State fans get a bad rap, but they deserve it. It's incredible.
Yeah, like
It's
Cowboys fans.
incredible.
But you know
How
how
much-
obnoxious Tennessee fans are. It's going to be
but
an obnoxious bowl. Like
I don't think there's obnoxious Ohio State fans are though, because I think Ohio State fans are, and I've said it before, Buckeye fans and Buckeye goobers, big difference. Buckeye
we should
goobers,
do a bracket of obnoxious fans, Tim, next
Yeah.
week. Like just
Okay.
fan, like do a bracket for fan bases.
You want college pro or you want me to mix them?
We mix. We can mix. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done. We just did our fast food bracket, Tito. I don't know if you got a chance to catch the tail end of that.
what
We did 1 through 16 seed.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A
over
beat
Wendy's
Jersey
and,
Mike's in the finals.
or
Yeah.
Jersey
Okay.
Mike's. Okay. Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good though. It's really well done. But break it down for me. This Ohio State game against Tennessee, because Tennessee's they've been good on both sides of the ball at times. Their defense has been great and then crappy, and then their offense. So I don't know where to go with Tennessee.
Yeah, their defense has only allowed more than 20 points in 2 of their 12 games. Their defense is solid. It's solid. I think Ohio State's a little more talented defensively, but more talent top to bottom. But I think Tennessee's defense obviously is right up there as well. And that's where this game's going to be won or lost, is in the trenches on this. And Ohio State's offensive line has been in flux all year, battling injuries. I mean, they've lost the Remington Award winner at center. They lost another first-round pick, and Josh Simmons. They've lost a couple of key offensive line guys, and they've been mixing up this week, the last couple weeks in practice, trying to find the right combination. So, because that's going to be the big thing there, because of the defense for Tennessee, like their strength is the same strength that Michigan has. It's on that defensive line right there, and you've got Jermaine McCoy in the defensive backfield. He's got 4 interceptions this year. James Pierce Jr. on the defensive line is an absolute beast. He's been 2-time first team All SEC. If they can neutralize that, then that would be the difference for Ohio State. They need to work on stopping Dylan Sampson, the running back. If Ohio State on defense can stop Dylan Sampson and force Nico Iamaleava to pass the ball, I think that'll be an advantage to Ohio State there. That's going to be the key on that one. And Ohio State's game calling, the play calling, Chip Kelly and Ryan Day. I call them Chip and Day now. Which I think is Chip and Day. They both admitted that they made mistakes in the play calling and the offensive scheme for the game against Michigan. They said, look, we ran it up the middle too much. We shouldn't have done that. We tried to establish that, and we got to get the ball in the hands of our playmakers in space. Jeremiah Smith, Jack Smith, and Jigba, also even Cardinal Tate. They've got to find ways to get those guys the ball. If they can do that, if they can be more creative in their play calling, that gives Ohio State a much better chance to win.
Go ahead, Tim.
I'm going to be pulling for Tennessee. I'm not going to lie.
Wow.
That's fine. You can
All
pull
right.
for Tennessee.
Wow.
I'm not. You know what? The Buckeyes are up there with like the 49ers for me. they're just fun for me to hate. Right.
Right.
Like I was never growing up. I was never in Ohio. I was always a Michigan guy. Right. Like my team, my closet team growing up in the Big Ten was Michigan. As I was cheering for A&M here in the South, I had to pick a winner. Right. And it wasn't going to be Texas. So I had to pick a winner from up north. And Michigan was always on TV back in the day. Right. Before we had all this channel stuff. So kind of like why I liked the Reds back in the 70s, because they were always on TV. So I was a Michigan guy. Not gonna lie, kind of still am over Ohio State, but pretty much I'm gonna cheer for Ohio State over anybody over Ohio State except for Notre Dame, because I hate Notre Dame more.
So it's funny that the big news going on here in Columbus. I don't know if I talked about this last week or not, but Ross Bjork, the athletic director, said that no matter what happens in the CFP, he expects Ryan Day to be on the sidelines next year when Ohio State opens up at home against Texas August 30th. And that got the fan base into a bit of an uproar, like, how can you say that? This guy can't beat Michigan, whatever. And so it'll be interesting to see if Ohio State loses, what happens with that. If it actually does stick with, if it does happen, Ross Bjork does still have him. I think he will. The other thing, too, has been funny. Did you see the Herb Street thing?
No, what do you do?
Okay.
No.
So Herb Street was doing an interview the other day. His son, his youngest son, Chase,
Committed to Michigan.
Mm-hmm. Only school to offer him. No other school offered him. He really liked Ohio State and he likes Notre Dame, but they did not offer him. The only school that offered him was Michigan. And Michigan's using this as kind of a way to, like, they pumped it up pretty big, like, with a lot of social media things. Even though this kid's like a 0-star quarterback, he's not. Was
the Bronny James thing?
So what the thing is like, Kirk Herbstreit was a captain at Ohio State. Herbstreit's dad was a captain at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Ohio State didn't offer him. So he takes this thing at Michigan. Herbstreit comes out, and Herbstreit is hated in Columbus, by the way. Hated by most people in Columbus. Because of some of the stuff
he moved out of there.
Well, he moved out of there. He says it's because fans were too rough on his family. That's not the case. There's more to the story than that. But anyway, and he was, by the way, he was banned from the practice facility by Jim Tressel when he was here.
Oh, sounds like a story is for a Buckeye Daily Blitz.
Yeah.
Anyway,
sounds
Herbstreit
or FSU Daily Blitz.
Herbstreit's other son does play for Ohio State. Is next oldest one after that, I guess, because this is his youngest one committed. But he's played for Ohio State. Hasn't really played because he's been hurt the whole time. He's a senior, and Herbstreit was in town for some kind of graduation thing with the seniors, a party for the senior football players. And Herbstreit says in this interview that he is surprised that no Ohio State coach texted him or called him to congratulate his son on the scholarship to Michigan. Like, why in the hell would an Ohio State coach do that?
It would be weird if they did.
Right.
And he expected him.
He thought that he would get a text or a phone call from Ohio State coaches or something saying, hey, congratulations on your son going to Michigan, whatever, getting a scholarship. They didn't. And Herbstreit comes out publicly and says, I'm surprised nobody reached out to me from Ohio State.
What?
Wow.
People
what a
hate
whiny
me more.
bitch.
Is Kirk Herbstreit turning into Craig James?
Yes, he is. Evidently.
He gets your
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, FSU fans have obviously no love lost for Kirk Herbstreit, obviously.
No.
And nor do I used to love him. I used to think he was the best in that, but he's nothing but a company man.
I hate him on
and
Thursday Night Football. He's terrible.
Yeah, he has no business doing NFL football. Love the dog story, though. That's great. Get a little sympathy that way because everybody hates you. You got to throw the death of your dog out there to get some sympathy. Good for you.
I like the dog more than I liked him.
That goes for a lot of people. But first of all, here's the other thing. When did we start the nepotism thing? Like, because I'm a famous person, my kid could get a scholarship to Michigan, or my kid gets to get drafted by the team I own. On in the NBA and embarrass himself and the entire family and the organization by putting him on the floor, so I could say, "Oh, I played with my son." What the F is going on here? The meritocracy of our country that made it so great is now it's a joke. It's like a joke. No, you don't have to earn anything. You just have to be the sperm of someone important and you get something. What are we doing?
His oldest twin boys were both were walk-ons at Clemson with Dabo. I mean, they played maybe a game or two in their time they were there, but like his influence was on that one too, I'm sure, because they weren't great. They weren't D1 Clemson type college football players, but they got to walk on there. So yeah, I know. And I'm trying to think I don't remember. Ken Griffey Jr. got drafted the way he did because he was Ken Griffey Jr. He was that good of a player, but
he earned it.
Yeah, he definitely earned that. And
Yes.
I don't remember his dad pining for him to be the number one pick or anything like that. Like going around saying, "Hey, my kid should be the number one pick," or anything like that.
And the Mannings didn't do that. Archie didn't do that for Peyton or Eli or Cooper.
No, Shador is a great player. He's a great player.
So too,
he earns everything.
Yep.
But so if he's a 0-star, why is Michigan recruiting him?
Just to twist the knife, just say that because now they've got a guy.
You look
they've got
stupid doing that. I don't know who looks worse. Honestly, I don't know who looks in any of it.
I think
Michigan looks petty and stupid and weird. Herb Street, like your kid accepting a scholarship that he didn't earn. Like, didn't we go? Did those people go to jail for that?
This is the team that just planted the flag at the horseshoe. Okay, don't forget that. All right,
what are we doing? As a kid, like, I'm sorry, dude. If you're, and I don't know, I've never seen the kid play. You tell me he's 0-star.
He passed for 1,600 yards here in high school and ran for like 700. And that might be numbers.
1 or 2-star. Okay, so he could, but he's a small college quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So he's not a Michigan guy. And then what are you doing? Like, you're embarrassing yourself as a program.
The principle of the matter. I agree with this 100%.
Yeah.
No,
I applaud Michigan for
we were talking
it.
about this last night. If you're Bronny James,
do
you really want that? Do I want that? Do I want to be the laughing stock of the NBA because my daddy got me drafted and got me on the court?
Oh no,
Come
I got
on. I mean, at this age, he might say, "Thanks, Dad." At about 30, he's going to go,
"What are we doing here?"
I couldn't even get out of the D League.
Story that I heard when I heard he scored 30 points, I was like, well, maybe he's got something. And then I read later it was in the G League. It wasn't even in an NBA game.
Yeah,
right.
The G League game.
I could score 30 in the G League. Come on.
Maybe want to tap the brakes on that bold statement there, too. I don't know if you could.
Blindfolded, I could score 30 in the G League.
All right, so we got there are other games to be had, by the way. We got Texas and Clemson.
I thought we were going to talk fantasy football with Tito.
I thought you're the one with college football, bro. Clemson and Texas
coming on.
All right. That's right. He's doing okay. Sorry,
Scott for that one.
Keep me straight. All right, fantasy football.
Yep.
I'm in the championship
a guy goes on Good Morning Football for 6 minutes, and now he thinks he runs the sports world.
I am puffing my chest a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
You should be. kind of jealous of all of this.
You're in the championship game?
Yes, I'm in the championship game tonight or this weekend, so I can go from. I've already pocketed about 1,500 in the league, getting to the championship game, but this could put me over 3,000. So, and I only have really a couple conundrums here. Number one, Kate Otten is hurt, so I'm gonna have to go Kyle Pitts. But I'm thinking he actually has a quarterback that can throw him the football now this week in Michael Penix. Or is there somebody I should go try to pick up?
Brenton Strange in Jacksonville is one I would look at. He had 11 catches for 73 yards last week on 12 targets. And I think in him going in that game against Las Vegas, I think that he's got a chance to be an impact player as well. That's a guy. I'm in the same situation as you are. I've got Kate Otten, and I went and picked up Brenton Strange, and I'm going to start him over Otten.
Would you start him over Kyle Pitts?
I think I would. Yeah, I think I would. We don't know what we're getting Penix yet. We're not sure we're going to get it all with him. And
yeah, but they're going. I mean, they're playing the freaking Giants this week.
They're playing the Giants. Yeah, I like the matchup, but I mean, Pitts is a safer play probably. But I think Strange has probably got a higher ceiling, just as far in a PPR league and the volume he's going to get. That's what I think. But I mean, they're close in my opinion. Mm-hmm. It sucks that we've got the Kate Otten injury you and I are both dealing with on that one.
Yeah.
I love how I'm more concerned about you and me when that guy's hurt. He's the one suffering the pain, but we still we're suffering as well because of the Kate Otten injury. And so I mean, Pitts isn't a bad option, but I got Strange going on my end.
If you need a tight end for this week, and if he's not on somebody's team, go get Trey McBride for Arizona because he's playing the Panthers this week.
McBride's a guy I think a lot of people jumped on earlier in the season. Yeah, he's had a really good year.
Rostered.
Yeah, McBride is McBride's really solid.
Would DeAndre Swift against Detroit or Tony Pollard against Indianapolis?
Pollard's dinged up, and that's my only concern with Tony Pollard is that he's battling, I think, an ankle injury for him, and so he's listed as questionable, I believe, right now. And that's one of the reasons I've been recommending people maybe look at Tajay Spears as we get closer to Sunday on what's going to happen with Tony Pollard's injury status. I I would say if it's Pollard or Swift, I would take Swift playing at home against the Lions over Pollard. And but keep an eye on Pollard's injury status, see if something changes. But as of right now, I don't think he gets a full workload.
What about Nico Collins at Kansas City or Terry McLaurin against Philadelphia?
Philly's got a really tough defense. I would probably go Collins in this situation over that. Kansas City's defense hasn't been outstanding. I mean, look, they beat Cleveland. Who the hell cares about that? But their defense has not been as strong as it was earlier in the season. I'd probably go Nico Collins in that one.
Yeah. Looks like a sunshine game too, so weather won't be a factor. So go Nico Collins. Baker Mayfield against the Cowboys or Jaden Daniels against Philadelphia. I think we know the answer to that.
I'm taking Mayfield on that one, and likewise, I like Jalen McMillan as a wide receiver. McMillan, look, McMillan's a good sleeper. Pick up a wide receiver if you need somebody because of injuries. You got a hole in your lineup there, and then obviously, you're just starting all the Tampa Bay offensive players. Bucky Irving or whoever ends up running the ball for Tampa Bay. It should be Bucky Irving. I know he's dinged up also, but if Bucky Irving's out there playing, you're starting him as well. You're starting Mayfield. You're starting Jalen McMillan.
All right. Well, I think I got a 53% chance of winning right now.
There you go.
He's got a good, obviously it's a championship game, so he's got a good lineup. He's got Josh Allen, for God's sakes. I mean,
I told you guys last week, Kendre Miller is somebody who I would look to pick up from New Orleans because I thought that maybe Alvin Kamara would be not have a full workload going forward. And sure enough, he gets hurt. I think he's going to be done for the season. So Kendre Miller on Monday night. It looks like Alvin's not going to play. Also, if you're looking for a defense, the Bengals defense has been bad this year, but they're going against the Browns this weekend. And you've got Dorian Thompson-Robinson at quarterback. No Nick Chubb. I like him as well. And if you're looking for a sleeper quarterback, I like Matthew Stafford against the Jets. There's been some QBs lately that have had really good numbers against the Jets that are very mediocre QBs. Two had a big game against them. Kyler Murray did. So, I think that if you're looking for a quarterback or your quarterback's got a bad matchup or whatever, Stafford's somebody who I would look at.
All right, Tito, great stuff, my friend. We'll catch up with you next week. Thank you for your time. Show's about
to get a lot uglier with Scott Hamilton coming on, just warning the viewers.
Wow. Trash talk with the interviewees. How do you like that?
Merry Christmas, boys.
About how handsome they are, too. That's a bunch of ugly old white guys. And we're like, oh, much more handsome than that ugly white guy. Yeah.
Tito, go plant a flag somewhere.
I will do that. Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll see you. There he goes.
We need to hit a break here, don't we?
Yeah, let's hit a break and come back and talk to Scott.
All right, quick break here. Scott Hamilton's going to join us, college football expert. We're going to hit all the playoff games coming up in just a little bit. Stay with us. Old Hurricane Helene put a hurting on Tampa Bay, and for many of you, the rebuild will be a long process. You must beware of unscrupulous contractors offering up quick fixes for incredible prices. It's a scam. So go with long-standing reputable companies like Third Generation Plumbing and AC. My friend John Rodriguez has been serving Tampa Bay since 1995 with hundreds of five-star reviews. If you need a new AC system or any home repairs from Helene, they will work with insurance companies to get you taken care of quickly, expertly installed, of course, and a 1-year maintenance plan and 10-year warranty included on all AC units. 0% financing for 60 months. Contact them at thirdgenerationplumbing.com or 813-961-8024. That's 813-961-8024, thirdgenerationplumbing.com. So many of our Tampa Bay neighbors are finding out the hard way from Hurricane Helene that homeowners insurance does not cover flood damage. You must have flood insurance. It's a separate policy. Immediately call Italiano Insurance at 813-877-7799, and they will shop around to find the best policy before rates go up. Lock it in. Over 60% are underinsured in Florida, or you're not getting your discounts that you're entitled to. So do an insurance checkup at Italiano, and they could save you thousands of dollars. Italiano will make sure you're with a highly rated insurer, so there are no surprises in your time of need. Our hearts go out to all our neighbors devastated by Helene. These are the times we're proud to protect all the pieces of your life. Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. Hey, it's football season, and we welcome back the Gator Report every Monday and Friday, sponsored by the Jeeves Law Group, Jeeves lawgroup.com. Just go to the website. You can contact them through there. Scott Jeeves is a tremendous, aggressive attorney and a big Gator fan, so we appreciate him supporting this show and, of course, your Florida Gators. They are local, they are trusted, and they get results. Whether it's personal injury or anything else, any law matter at all, it's the Jeeves Law Group, Jeeves lawgroup.com. Give them a call. Tell them JP sent you.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, one of South Tampa premier traditional Italian restaurant. We were recently voted number 3 on Open Table list of Tampa Bay's top 10 restaurants. We're very proud of that because we take great care of preparing each dish by hand with homemade sauces, pastas, only the freshest local ingredients. You won't see the big institutional vendor trucks pulling up to our back door. We get our seafood from local vendors. Sometimes I even drive out to Topper Springs and pick out our daily catch right off those boats. So stop by and say hello. Try our traditional lasagna, the fresh veal, some of our signature dishes like capelli al granchio, that is angel hair with lump crab meat, our branzino, that is a sea bass. We're located at 4205 South McDill, and you can make a reservation on Open Table and read all the great reviews. See you soon. Ciao. Grazie.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here on FanStream Sports. As it is going to be, I don't know, one of the most anticipated college football weekends in the history of the sport. As much as crazy stuff is going on right now, we finally got to something we've all been asking for probably, 30 years? A 12-team playoff?
At
Games
least.
on home campuses. It's just going to be an amazing year, amazing weekend. So let's bring in Scott Hamilton, college football expert, to break it all down for us. What's up, Scotty? How are you?
Expert. I like that. Expert.
Yes, you are an expert.
I wouldn't go that
That's
far.
what we're telling the
Can you guys
people.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, you're a little muffled, but you're okay.
We can.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we can hear you.
And you,
You know, I just came out of the doctor, and they took blood, and I said, no, y'all got to hurry because I have to talk to these guys because they're big time.
Hey, JP was just on Good Morning Football this morning, so you are absolutely right.
that's
Oh,
right.
really? How'd that go?
That's right. So
6 minutes of
swimmingly
fame.
well. They seem very pleased. Kyle and Peter all gave me great. Kyle's like, yeah, man, you're bringing props, you're bringing information, you're fun. I'm like, thanks, bro. Appreciate that. So
You're fun.
yeah, I'm fun. And then Jamie Erdahl said she wanted to go to Salt Shack with me and have some
Oh.
coconut shrimp.
I'm
I
telling
mean,
her husband.
I think I must have put on a pretty good presentation. I don't know.
That's just because they hadn't met me yet.
You're so jealous. And when you see her say that to me, you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry.
Because as soon as
right?
I go on Good Morning Football, I'm going to be in this little box right here, right? And I'm going to go, Jamie.
Oh God.
Man, come on. I just left the doctor. I don't need to see that.
He's nauseous enough. He just gave blood, and now I'm surprised you didn't hurl right there, partner.
I've been poked. and
Oh my
prodded.
God.
I'll spare you the details.
We
Please
are off
do.
the rails. Can you please talk about Clemson in Texas?
Yeah, what's happening?
I think this could be a really interesting matchup.
Yep.
And this is what I keep telling people. Clemson is playing with house money. I mean, they are. They're playing with house money. Last team in, I can think of 4 teams right now that should be in ahead of them. I can think of one in South Carolina alone that should be in ahead of them, the Gamecocks.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
but that's the thing though. Historically, they do better when they're in this position, when they're playing with house money, when they're little old Clemson, the underdog, and everybody's, not counting on them to win. And that's when Dabo does his best. He prefers to be in that position. So I actually, the spread is like, I think the last one I saw was 11.5.
Mm-mm.
What is it now? Do you guys know it now? Has it gone up more?
I think I've seen it 12. Someplace.
Yeah.
12.5. Yeah.
I would never give gambling advice, but if I were to make a bet, I would take on them at least to cover.
Yeah.
Maybe win. I mean,
I give terrible gambling advice, and I'm telling everybody I love this 12 points. Yeah, I think it's closer than the experts think.
Well, and that's just it. I mean, on what do we gauge Texas? We saw Texas play Georgia pretty well, and I guess if you're transitive thinking or whatever, Georgia beat the brakes off Clemson, but that was week 1. And Clemson actually was better than the score indicated. They had
that game was 6-6 at halftime. And they made a couple mistakes. I hear people say it all the time. Oh, Georgia blew out Clemson. I'm like, you just watch scores and don't watch games. Well, then you might think that, but that's not what happened.
No, I agree. And I'm looking at Texas's schedule, and I'm like, who have they played? Georgia, and they played Bama, and I'm like,
Aggies.
and the Aggies. I mean, I don't see where they have anything really to hang their hat on other than that burnt orange brand, and they've got a backup quarterback with an iconic name. Other than that, I mean, they're a good football team. Don't get me wrong. The eye test shows me that, but the eye test doesn't tell me they are that much better than Clemson or Ohio State or Oregon or any of them.
And look, Quinn Ewers has been playing hurt the last few weeks. If Quinn Ewers had been healthy, I would predict a blowout for the Longhorns. They would have blown out the Aggies, I think, if Ewers was healthy. He's not healthy, and it affects their offense. It affects their play. He can't throw the ball deep right now, at least not accurately, I don't think. They're going to be playing that little check down offense and him dumping the ball off under 10 yards and seeing what they can do with run after the catch. And like I said, if Ewers was healthy, then, dude, I might pick Texas to win it all, but he's not, and it hurts their team. And you can't just go to Arch, right? I mean,
why not?
He doesn't have it yet.
He's the greatest quarterback in the history of Texas football.
I mean, he will be, but he's not yet.
Why don't they have once a half, once a quarter, have a package for him, man?
Yes.
Let him come in. I mean, because his skill set is so different. But back to your point about Quinn Ewers, I agree to a certain extent, but some of the things we're seeing out of him, and maybe it's because he has been injured, he just doesn't have the same swagger. He's not making the same decisions. Nothing seems to be clicking for him. And if he doesn't get it together, I don't want to call him upset, because then I come across as the homer in South Carolina who's predicting the upset and all that. But I can legitimately see Clemson winning this game and playing Arizona State in the Peach Bowl next week, which would basically be almost like a home game for Clemson.
I would love that.
And then what's the game after that? What is that? I haven't looked that far ahead to the semifinals. If the winner of the Peach Bowl would play who? Have you guys looked?
Arizona State. Clemson, Texas.
No, it's the Cotton Bowl. After the Peach Bowl is the Cotton Bowl. It would be winner of Oregon versus Ohio State and Tennessee would play the winner of Arizona State and Texas, Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson, Texas winner plays Arizona State, and then that winner plays, just like he said. And then SMU and Penn State, which, Jennings is one hell of a quarterback. I'm very interested to see how if by some stretch of some miracle happens that Franklin can beat a decent team. But I love the underdog there and the points. I don't know if they're going to beat Penn State, but I like the points there. What do you think about that game?
What about Tennessee? Tennessee at Ohio State, man. That's the one I'm watching.
Tennessee all the way.
I'm with you. And then here's the bigger narrative. I mean, I assume they keep Ryan Day even after that. I mean,
that's what the AD said.
Yeah.
But what do the people?
Yeah, but that's Ross Bjork. I dealt with Ross Bjork for 5 years in College Station. I don't believe anything he says anyway.
Well, wasn't he the AD at Baylor?
Before that, yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Did you say things got a little rapey? Is that what you said?
Yeah, they were rapey down there, man. They were not good at Baylor. Ross Bjork kind of was complicit with it. And Kenneth Starr. Wasn't Kenneth Starr the school president when all that was going on?
I think you're right. Yeah.
So I don't see Ryan Day. Ryan Day's a broken man. And the best
and he shouldn't be.
And he shouldn't be. I mean, but it is. Michigan is so in his head. Not winning a national championship is so in his head. He's talking about his family being threatened, this, that, and the other. If I am the Ohio State University, and my mother is an alum of Ohio State, let's be completely transparent. If I am the Ohio State University, I figure out a way to part ways. I know.
Wow.
You got the massive buyout. If I'm Ryan Day, I'm going to say, okay, let's work a deal so I can get out of here with my sanity and go coach somewhere else. I mean, because he's still a young dude. What is he, like 45, 44? He's a young guy.
Yeah, he's young.
Hair,
yeah.
Great beard. Hey, Tim, he's got a good beard, Tim. His beard's strong.
Wrong. Oh, I disagree 100%.
If they lose to Tennessee at home in the playoff first round, I'm thinking of some way to mutually go our separate ways. Guys, go to the NFL. He'd be great in the NFL.
Scott, he is 66-10.
I know. I'm with you. But you're beating up on Purdue. You're beating up on old Indiana and new Indiana. I'll give him that one too.
Yeah.
But the ones that count, I mean, they barely beat Penn State. If Penn State loses first round and Ohio State loses first round, will the Big Ten implode? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, the one thing I know about this bracket is we don't know anything. There's so much parity now in college football. The old blue bloods are just not the blue bloods that they used to be. It's coming down to matchups and coaching now for the most part. Everybody can go out and buy players, not just Alabama and Georgia. So look, it's the level, the playing field. That's the only good thing about NIL to me is the parity that we've seen, and the fact that I love Arizona State, I love Dillingham, and I love SMU and Boise State. I love it all. It's Cinderella, Indiana. I love Cinderellas in our college football. Great, and we've always said they can't compete. They can't compete. Well, this year they proved that they can, and now we're actually going to settle it on the field. So
love it.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Is there one team, though, and I'm sorry, is there one team, and I'd like each of you to answer this, one team that you wish wasn't in this 12-team mix and you would sub them out?
Based on based on hatred, yeah, I got a couple of teams. But based on performance, no. I think everybody's in that should be in.
The problem with that is if I take somebody out, I know you're going to put an SEC team in, and I'm like, whatever. South Carolina, are they as good as SMU?
Yeah,
yes, they are.
South Carolina,
yes, they are. Is Ole Miss as good as Arizona State? Yeah, probably. But you know what? Y'all had your chances. Mm-hmm. You didn't win when you had to win. Give somebody else a shot.
I agree. Yeah. I had Scatterboo. I had him third on my Heisman ballot.
Man,
nice. Yeah, boy, he's good. Fantastic, holy crap, man! I love that these guys are getting a chance to play and they earned it. I wish being a conference champion would have had a little bit more juice last year. Thank you, ESPN. Still hurt. I'm still hurt.
Yeah. So I covered Cam Scatterboo of course I covered Texas Tech when they played Tech earlier in the season. Tech won that game, and then at the Big 12 title game here at AT&T Stadium, Johnny and I went and hung out there and watched them walk all over Iowa State. Yeah, dude, Scatterboo, he's impressive, man.
He'll tell you that too.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? I don't mind it.
I like it.
So tonight, Scott, we've got Indiana at Notre Dame, 8:00 Eastern. Notre Dame hasn't beat anybody this year except the Aggies in week 1. Indiana hasn't beat anybody this year, period. And I hate Notre Dame. So
yeah,
go Hoosiers.
Go Hoosiers, man. They're going to run the picket fence. Make sure you're not sleeping watching the paint dry.
The winner plays Georgia in the Sugar Bowl.
I took the over in that game, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah.
I took the over. I think the over was 50.
It's going to be a little chilly. Maybe some snow on the ground.
There is snow on the ground right now. I was looking at some live video earlier.
Oh, there you go.
Have you ever been to a game in South Bend?
Oh, yeah. I was there in 1993. FSU. Yeah,
Florida
the
State,
game.
Yeah.
FSU. Notre Dame. Yeah.
Charlie Ward. I will say this. I had a 3-week stretch one time when I went to a game at Army, Boston College, and Notre Dame. Army blew my mind. Army was unbelievable. Notre Dame was just kind of, I don't know if I expected to have some kind of religious experience or what. I was just kind of underwhelmed. I mean, it was cool, but it wasn't, I don't know. In my head, I had it so built up. I just thought I'd be floored. And it's like 12th on my list. I just wasn't, it was good. It wasn't great. Boston College was terrible. I couldn't see the field from the glare from the visiting bleachers. There was nobody sitting in them.
Oh my God! Well, I think these on-campus games are going to be like
awesome.
the atmosphere. At Penn State, it's going to be unbelievable. Same at Notre Dame, Texas, Ohio State. I mean, this is just going to be incredible to watch. And I cannot wait for it. Next week, it's going to be a little bit more stale with the neutral sites, but I get it. I'm just glad it's here and can't wait to see it. I'm pulling for upsets. Oh, just chaos. That's all I want all weekend long. Baby. Go Dogs. I'll go underdogs everywhere.
Scott, tell everybody where we can get your fine content.
Go to postandcourier.com. follow me on Twitter, X, whatever it's called. Tim, I know you'll put me in my place for that. Scott
It's
Hamilton
X.
PC. It's on X. Scott Hamilton PC. JP, remember that time you were on Good Morning Football? That was so awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah, I do.
Awesome.
I do. They loved me. They love me so much.
All right, Scott will never be on this show again.
Hopefully they'll have me back. They
They
said, whatever you do, you cannot have your co-host on. That guy's a nutball.
Leave your nipples at home.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Scott. Thanks for joining. We'll see you,
buddy. Appreciate
See
it.
you guys.
I cannot. This is going to be so fun this weekend. Watch all this football. Although I might get my kids in town, and we're doing like a whole bunch of theme park stuff. So,
oh, nice.
I'll be watching a lot of it on this puppy right here.
It's
but
that time of the season.
Yeah. You get through a whole bowl game waiting to get on the Snow White and Seven Dwarfs train.
I'll be watching all the Indiana Notre Dame tonight, and then tomorrow I'm supposed to go meet DJ and the Bucs people out in Las Colinas here before the Cowboys Bucs game on Sunday. I got to figure out what do I have to dress. I don't even know what this thing is. He just invited me out there to do something. I'm like, do I have to wear
if TJ invited you, trust me, it's casual. It's casual.
Okay, good.
He does not. He does not know. I've never seen a man in a tie. Thank God.
That's good.
All right, I think we have Scott Glazer from the Gasparilla Bowl, efforting to join us here on our link. Popping in and out. You there, Scott? There you are.
I'm here. I'm live from Raymond James Stadium. I seem to have a little bit of problems calling in from the Fifth Third Lounge here before our day gets started.
It looks good though, bro. It's a very rich background there. You got the logos going. Tulane in Florida. Oh yeah, on the big luxurious couches. That's a great club right there. You got a great matchup. You got a great stadium, a Super Bowl stadium. You could not be more pleased. You got Florida and Tulane. How you feeling hours before the game today?
We're feeling great. Like you talk about location, right?
Yeah.
You guys get an opportunity to come to Tampa, play in a Super Bowl, high-quality stadium, home of the Bucs, home of USF. And, they all want to be in the playoff, right? They know it. We know it. But if you can't be in the playoff, they want to be in a town like Tampa. They want to get home before the holidays, and they want to play in a nice destination with good weather. So, we check all the boxes. They've been telling us that all week, and so we're excited to have them.
How's the Florida contingent? What are you expecting for a crowd today?
We should be right at about 40,000. So we're not going upper deck into the 300, but it's going to be a thick lower bowl. Both teams are selling well. The local market's selling well. I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit more orange and blue than the old green wave. But, that's to be expected. We try to get those regionalized teams so these fans can get down here, with ease.
Well, Gator fans, it's been an interesting year. Mid-season, everybody had Billy Napier out the door, dead man walking. Now they've won 3 in a row, including top 25 wins over Ole Miss, LSU, spanked their rivals, my Seminoles at the end, and they got a Heisman candidate in DJ Lagway. They're killing it in recruiting. I mean, Billy Napier has turned it around. I imagine these Florida fans just have to be because this is the start of next season, really, for them, this game today, right?
It is. They have people in and out of the hotels throughout the week, so they're not only working to prepare for today, but they're preparing for the future. The portal's open right now. Yeah. They're battling to keep guys. They're battling to get guys. But definitely, when you talk about Coach coming down here, he was introduced at our game 3 years ago when we sold out with UCF.
Right.
Now to have him back, and again, that's what we want. These guys want to be here because they can jump on a bus. They recruit the area. They can have recruits around. Depending on what all the different rules are. But yeah, they're excited.
Yeah, they just
Scott, Tulane hasn't. Oh, go ahead,
Tim. No, go ahead,
Scott. Tulane hasn't beat Florida since 1946. Florida's on an 11-game winning streak over Tulane, but these are two very different teams than have played before. It's a different Florida team this year. It's a different Tulane team this year. What are you guys expecting as far as a matchup goes with these two teams?
I think it's going to be great. You got an American team coming in to play an SEC team. That always kind of cranks it up a little bit. But like you said, Florida's on a roll. We watch them throughout the year. We're trying to get that Florida rotation, Florida State, Florida, Miami, USF, UCF, so we get fans here. So we had our eye on Florida. And like you said, JP, they're a little slow to start. And then all of a sudden, they beat Ole Miss. And I'm like, oh, man, here we go. I think they're going to probably beat the Seminoles too, which slides them usually just out of the opportunity for us to make a selection. But like I said, they wanted to be here. But then the Green Wave, I mean, they're 32-9 in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Coach has got them rolling. I spent a lot of time with John, and there's just an energy with that team. I think they're going to show up ready to play, and I think they have something to prove. And why not at 3:30 on ESPN too? I think it's going to be a good one.
And so both teams are playing most of their guys, right? Everybody's pretending. I know Florida is because it's like the start of next season.
As far as I know, I think the only one I've heard of is the Tulane quarterback did go into the portal and transferred, posted. But other than that, I mean, I think they're all lacing them up and ready to go. You know, this means something to them. You know, talk about that. Does bowl season matter? Does it, is it meaningful football? And you get two teams like this that, like you said, are trying to. This is the only game on in the country at 3:30. So, if you're off today or coming home early, getting ready for the playoff game at 8 p.m., this is it. So that's a recruiting factor. It's branding for their universities, and so they're gonna put it out there and have a good time.
Yeah, Florida got a huge commit this week from Dallas Wilson, who signed in Oregon and now wants to come back. And I think part of the fact is that Florida's been in Tampa, his hometown, this whole week, and they've had a lot of conversations for this bowl game. So, and he's a game changer for next year. So this experience is going to, not only can they get great exposure today, but they can get some more recruiting done. So yeah, for Florida, this is an absolute home run. Can fans still get tickets even though the upper bowl's not open?
They can. We've got a few left, in some corners and some upper rows. Not a bad seat in the house. You can go to GasparillAbowl.com. Yeah. You can go to Ticketmaster.com. You can walk up to the ticket office and get tickets. So there's still some out there. Parking lot's open at noon. So just here in a couple minutes, we have a fan invasion that goes 12 to 3, live band. There's food and drinks out there. We're hosting 1,000 military members and first responders.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome. Complimentary, just saying thank you this time of year for what they do for our country. It's going to be a good time. We're ready to go.
Sounds like a party. I'm sorry I'm in Dallas.
I know, right?
Hey, check out those end zones when you get a chance. If you haven't seen them, go on our social channels. We got a treasure map in the end zone. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we just released it yesterday, so it's kind of getting a little viral spin. So if you guys have some platforms and you can make a comment and share it out there.
We'll definitely will.
We're pretty excited.
And you guys get all the pirates there too, right?
We do.
All the Gasparilla pirates.
We can't be Gasparilla without pirates.
Right, of course.
Absolutely. And that's what we did this year. We leaned into it again. You'll see there's a treasure map. There's an X marks the spot. I'm thinking some of these guys are going to score a touchdown. They might dig for a treasure. If you remember.
Yeah.
If you've seen our trophy, both our game trophy and MVP trophy, it's a treasure chest. So we're just trying to connect the dots and put something nice out there.
We got the cannons loaded up. Do we load the cannons for this?
We don't use the Bucs cannons, but we do fire cannons from the field after.
Oh, there we go. Look at my producer. Right on it, right there.
Yeah, our guys from Orlando, High Five, are super talented, creative guys. They're doing a couple different bowl games. So High Five, Jordan and Chris were outstanding to work with, super creative. And the Tampa Sports Authority, Trey and his crew, the grounds crew here. I mean, there's a stencil, but it takes some skill. And so Raymond James Stadium is the best at everything they do. And those guys that put the field together are right there at the top as well.
Well, Scott, congratulations. What a great matchup you got again this year. You guys have been killing it with your matchups, and it's great economic impact. You're doing it right now, and we really appreciate all your work there. Congratulations, and have a great game today.
I appreciate you guys having me on. Happy holidays. Look forward
happy
to
holidays
today.
Scott Glazer, Gasparilla Bowl, Tulane in Florida coming up at 3:30. Cannot wait for this one. The Gators, the Gators are – I know, it's cool, isn't it? Look at that.
It's incredible.
There's just stuff about bowl week, it's just different, that the stuff goes viral and it makes it so much fun. Like the Pop-Tarts Bowl has just been killing it with they got
where the trophy is a functional toaster, JP, at the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
I saw that. Yeah, which is last year they fooled us a little bit. They said the mascot was edible. That didn't really didn't work. Yeah, they could just pulling Pop-Tarts. I was looking for something a little bit more there, but but it works. It works. It's fantastic. It's one of the things I love about bowl season, and the kids come and they have a great time. And it's been tough for these bowls that are not playoff games, right? But I think this one works out because you got two teams that actually want to play. And I do not understand, now that we have NIL contracts, why you don't force kids to play in the bowl game, to get their NIL money for the whole season. Like if we make a bowl, you got to play. You're getting NIL money. Like, this is not hard. This is contract. I saw there's changes coming. The settlement is almost done. The House settlement, which is going to at least have some guardrails now for NIL. And also yesterday, I haven't read all the details, but community college now is not going to count towards eligibility for college.
My God. Really?
So you can now, So now you can transfer. I was talking to a couple of high school coaches, texting them about this. So now you can just go to a community college and it doesn't count against. So why are they ever going to recruit high school?
What's the point?
There's no point, because you would much rather recruit a 20-year-old than an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old, a 17-year-old. I mean, the kids, like, size does matter.
It changes everything. Yeah.
It changes everything. And it's just, and this is what's wrong, man. We're just, and this is what happens when you don't control what you can control when you can control it, because you're greedy bastards. The administrators and the NCAA of college football knew all this stuff was coming down the road, and they refused to make meaningful changes because they didn't want to give up any money until they were forced to do so. And now this is what you've wrought. You got judges making stupid decisions because they have no idea what they're doing. And I don't blame them, because they're just following the law, and none of this has been lawful or constitutional forever. Right. In terms of exploiting your labor. It just, and they had a chance, they could have done it, but they're too greedy. They're too greedy. Nobody wanted to give up their money. Yeah. So then now you're forced to, and this debacle is what ensues. So yeah, you can go to community college now and play community college, and that doesn't count towards your 5 years of eligibility. We're going to have like 29-year-old guys playing college football.
I mean, we almost do anyway.
I know. It's just like
Chris Wanky.
So we're getting paid, guys that are paid who are 26. I mean, just going to be generally speaking. You go 2 years to community college, then you have 5 years. So generally speaking, we're going to have 26, 27-year-old guys getting paid to play college football.
Huh.
I mean,
they'll probably be making more money playing.
27-year-old on a college campus playing football.
They'll be making more money playing college than they would be in the pros.
Yeah, and or driving a truck, as the case may be. They'll never leave. They'll never leave, which is, so you're going to have mediocre old men, and these young kids who were supposed to be playing college football. I mean, they have effed this up so bad. On that note, on a Friday, we will be putting out, actually, I think I just already retweeted my segment on Good Morning Football, which is really fun. With all sincerity, I really appreciate them doing that. The folks at MRR TV getting me on. They seem to enjoy it, so hopefully I'll be able to come back and do some stuff and repping the Bucs, right? We got the Rep the Bucs on Good Morning Football, and we had some fun doing it. So I hope I represented us well. I'll
check it out, and I'll give you a review of your performance on Monday.
Oh, you're not objective. You're so freaking jealous. You can't be objective.
Oh, I'm not objective. You're going to hate my review of your performance on Tuesday.
Wait till you hear Jamie say, "I'm going to go to Salt Check with you." You're going to cry. You're going to. You're literally. I want video of you watching it.
Okay, I'll do that.
I'll see the tears streaming down your face into your ratty beard. There, it's going to be. I just got to see that.
All right, I'll do it. I will video my viewing of you, of watching you do that, and then I'll play it on the air on Tuesday.
Oh, please do. Fantastic. All right. Hope you guys had fun today. We certainly did. Have a great weekend. Go Bolts this weekend, Sunday. Go Gators today. That's right. I said it. Go Gators. Want to watch them kick the
over Tulane.
Tulane, yeah. Go watch that game. So have a good day, everybody, and a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday.